No, you're getting it wrong. It was Papa D's Nuts.
Yes.
And it was an Italian
I
man.
thought he made a comeback.
It was Papa D's Nuts. And
they're
their
still around.
slogan was, you're going to love to Papa D's Nuts in your mouth.
Papa D's nuts in your mouth.
I was truly confused as whether this helped them or hurt them.
Our nut, Papa D's Nuts. All natural butter toffee peanuts. Memorable name, unforgettable taste.
Did you
Yeah,
turn him on?
I turned him on by now.
No, what do you mean by accident? You didn't fall into a boat. Whoa!
Well, I'm the one that contacted him to begin with, and
Right.
and now
So it's your obligation. I'm sorry, it's your obligation to tell him that you're sorry, buddy, but I'm bought a boat
now I think
from a porno man.
I think it's some sort of auto-generated program.
But you don't know.
Yeah, but every once in a while he'll be like, "Hey Tom,
How are your boys? Tell me back. I missed them. I'm lonely on the boat line.
he would mention like something that a
Like
bot
personal,
wouldn't do.
yeah.
Like
This Ukraine thing is terrifyingly sad. Man, I feel for those people.
but now it's been
How's
so
your
long,
day?
I can't tell him like I bought a boat 2 years ago.
Yes,
right?
you can.
You wasted your
Oh,
life.
wait, no,
You
you
don't
can't.
have to tell him 2 years ago. You can just be like, oh,
I don't want to lie to him because he seems like a nice guy.
You got to call his boss and.
You don't want to lie to him, so you're just gonna let him string along and keep emailing you and wasting his time.
You got to
That's
email his
what
boss.
makes me the worst person I've ever met.
No,
I'm telling
you
you.
gotta email
I
his
don't know.
boss.
I'm mentally ill. I
You
don't
got to
know.
go above him.
I don't even know why I won't tell him.
Let me tell him.
I-
Can I write an email to him from my account? Dear Ray.
It's kind of
At C Ray. It's
Okay.
Dan from
Th-
Tom and Dan. Tom's partner.
Here's the-
Tom is too much of a
He's
pussy.
in a coma.
No, it's
he
not-
no longer needs a boat.
It's not that I'm too much of a pussy.
Let's go
because
too far with the lie.
I could just tell him like, "Hey, I bought a boat
We could
last
say
week."
Tom died.
Oh man, never got to ride one last time.
Yeah.
I get obsessed with seeing how long I could let things go. For instance,
That is a
That
terrible
sounds
trait.
a lot like what a certain host used to tell me about not preparing for interviews. I like to be surprised. No, you're just fucking lazy.
it's
Uh-huh.
I feel like how long could this go where Ray keeps emailing me, right? Because at this point it's been 2.5 years after I bought
God damn.
That's fucking long.
I'm like,
Here's some more boats for you, Tom.
can it go on for 10 years?
Yeah.
Like, how
Yeah.
can it go on until I die?
No. Well, he's an older gentleman.
Yo, can it
When
go
is
on
the
till
last
he
time we
dies?
heard from Ray
I'm
from
curious
C
to
Ray?
how long.
You know what? He stopped emailing me. I think he finally gave up.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Twish. Good morning.
Died of a broken heart.
Let's see. Is everybody got microphone?
Years.
Yep, you're on
Hello,
the
hello,
mic.
hello.
There we go. Eric, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, yes, and I can hear you as well. Good
All
morning,
right.
everybody. Captain Pizza Pants, Dan Paul. Yeah, I said that for you, Dan. Dan was like, I wonder what happened to old Ray from C Ray. That guy. Got 4 new great boats for you, Tom. All right, do we need to warm? We probably should warm up a little bit. Did you know? I'm going to help you notice things. Sam got her hair did.
Oh,
Notice it. Notice it.
I like it.
Don't look at it.
I like those
Now,
glasses,
let's
by
do
the
it.
way, Sam.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're great, right?
Yeah.
Now let's test. Can you tell what she did differently to it?
Yeah, it's different color.
Yep, there you go. He did it. He did it.
Nice job.
Same color. Same color.
Oh.
But it's like you
I
freshened
just got
it
my
up.
roots
Yeah,
done.
It's,
Oh,
it's fresh.
okay.
fresh
Different
and fresh.
roots.
There-
Different
yeah,
roots.
Yeah, the roots.
Back to the
Quest
roots.
Questlove, Black Thought. I forget. That's the only 2 roots I know. The Tuba Man. The Tuba Man. God, that would hurt that man's feelings if he hear. If I meet the Roots ever, and they're like, "Hey, it's nice to meet you, but why did you call that guy the Tuba Man?" I'll say I'm sorry. I didn't know his name. I
You know,
apologize.
my sister got a tattoo on her
Hey.
forearm,
Oh, okay.
and then my wife mentioned I think 2 days ago, and I'm like, my sister got a tattoo, and she's like, she got a tattoo on her forearm months ago, and then
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
never noticed, never even noticed.
Wow. That's what
What
is
is it?
it?
What's
You don't even
problem?
know what
What-
it is, right? What the tattoo is?
No, it's like it says "I love you." As her daughter wrote it on her arm, and then
that's
she
great. I like
but
that.
I
It's
don't.
been cold. It's been sweater weather.
Yeah,
It's been 90 degrees
It's
every
been
day.
freezing.
I
Take a
think-
shot. You know what?
I think
If there was ever a question, that motherfucker right there, he's got your back. Chef Pat got your back. He was
Crystal's like,
lying for you.
I remember.
Why would you do that, Pat?
I remember Jennifer
understand.
showing it to you. Like, I was like,
He was
"What?"
drunk.
No.
Daddy had 1,000 beers and forgot about Aunt Jen's
Oh, I missed
tattoo.
that. I missed that voice.
Oh God, what is that?
Okay, so you got some stuff you wanna. I got some stuff I
Yeah,
wanna
yeah,
pick their brains about.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Here we go. I will start. Where's this going?
It's going
This
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah,
Friday
it's like
one.
Friday one.
Friday
yeah.
1. All right, I'll start. Here we go. 3, 2. It is another corporate time with Tom and Dan. Dan.
Tom.
Sam's over there.
Yes. The Holobox 2 are here.
Yeah.
Chef
Hold
Pat
on,
and
let me-
Eric.
Hold on, let me make
What's
sure
up, guys?
Let me see how their cameras are looking today. Oh, I can't use that one. That's just Eric. Hold on, I can't do that one. It's
Yeah.
just Pat. God bless it, I screwed it all up. Where you're getting Pat.
A real quick funny story is Chef Pat came by.
I don't like it when people say their stories are funny before I've listened to them. I just
Let
gotta-
us
I
make
just-
that
Yeah, I
decision.
just gotta
It's
point
not
that
actually
out.
funny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
more-
Why'd you
it's
lie
sad.
to us?
It's sad.
You're a
Yeah,
liar.
You're a liar. You're a
Yeah.
goddamn liar. Why would you do that? We have clients in here.
We had our house for Porch Fest catered by The Joint,
Yes.
which is inside the West End,
It is.
and it's
God.
it's
Destructor.
Holobox creation, and so Holobox is in charge of all the food at The Joint, and Chef Pat catered our house for the Porch Fest, and it was delicious. The sliders. Every single band was like, "My God, these sliders! Like, these sliders are delicious."
I didn't
The
want to. I
wings.
didn't want to get to this point, but I'm going to say something that might hurt our standing next year. The bands ate too many sliders.
You were telling me about that.
We got the sliders for the bands, but then the first band went ham on the sliders. Then
Yeah.
the first band, I noticed that like we were on third band. Guess who's still in the house?
Yeah.
First band.
Yeah,
What are they
yeah.
doing? Eating sliders. And I'm like, yo, well, your band looks a little bigger. I thought you were a two-piece at the
Yeah, yeah.
beginning. Well, they weren't a two-piece when they were sitting at the third band.
Yeah.
They were like a four-piece with a girlfriend and a grandma and then some kids along, and everybody was
Yeah.
eating the sliders.
That the high school kid, I got drunk. He
Yeah, yeah.
ate like 18
I
sliders.
know, he really did. Well, we had to sober him back up. We had to get him back to regular high school,
So anyway,
You guys didn't know we got a high school boy drunk?
Don't talk about
well,
it.
we didn't know he was in
We
high
didn't
school
know.
at the
We didn't
time.
know. Yeah, he was 6'9",
Yeah.
270
I
pounds.
thought
Yeah.
everybody at the bands were
Yeah.
over
I thought
21.
people
I think
vetted-
Mo would advise you to stop
I thought
talking.
they vetted these bands. You know, like nobody told me
His
they
dad
had
was
yeah,
there.
his dad was there.
Anyway,
and he signed the release. So
So anyway, so the
sounds very Steven Tyler to say his dad was there. Like, it's fine. They sold him to us.
I understand that old
they,
man now.
Yeah, they sold him to us.
So, and all the catering came in, the professional catering. I call them hot boxes. I don't know what
Yeah,
you
that's
what do you
not-
call those, Chef Pat? They're like
They're we call
thermal
them wire,
bags.
yeah, it's like a catering bag.
Yeah.
With wire racks and sternos and chafing
Oh
dishes.
God, I messed all the cameras up.
So at the end of the day, a long day, because this is how bad I am as a
human.
a manager, whatever you call it. I don't know,
okay.
like or organizer.
Bad person? You're a bad person?
It was just me and Daniel cleaning up the entire
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
And
I threw the sternos lit into the dumpster. Lit into the dumpster.
And then so we put all the hot bags and
The hot bags.
and everything.
hot bags.
And then I was like, wow, I need to get these to Chef Pat, but I was like,
There's
so
too
I'm
many
just,
zombies in the streets. He'll
so-
never make it.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
never
yeah.
make it.
And the streets are closed. Everybody's partying at this point. Like the streets
We'd
are
never
still
make it.
closed.
We need a helicopter to get to Chef Pat at that point.
And then so I'm like, I'm just gonna put them in the air T&D closet because no one ever uses the closets. You
Yeah.
know, like we don't even need them.
But the first thing I do
So I
when
use
I
it as
book an
storage.
Airbnb is I walk around and I open every closet. I'm just letting you guys know.
Goddamn
What,
caterers.
Yeah,
like
what I-
sternos here
no, I
again.
steal that stuff. I go catering bags.
And I'm like,
score.
the guests aren't gonna care because the Airbnb, like sometimes there's the person that's living there stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that's
that's
part of it
true,
anyway.
that's
So
true.
I put it in the closet.
I wasn't gonna say. I'm not gonna say what.
And then I'm like, I'll tell Chef Pat, some next time he's around, he could just go pick him up.
Oh
right?
yeah, do work for us, Pat.
so-
go get your own bags, Pat. That's not nice. Why would you say that?
So
So
then,
far away from
so
us.
then,
I know.
of course, I forgot about it. Everybody forgot, right? Because
I
we got
forgot about
busy.
it the second you asked me. You're like, where
Yeah.
should we put these bags? I like put them in the closet, and I forgot about
So
it.
then Chef Pat texted me the other day. He's like, "Hey, can I can swing by now and grab those bags, right?" So
But
then,
there's 2 lesbians staying there for the weekend.
So then
We're gonna have to knock on the.
I'm like, I don't know if there's a guest in there or not. I have no idea. So I text Crystal, and Crystal says there's a guest in
I'm
there.
sleeping.
And-
Shut up, you idiot.
And then but then I was like, well, I
You
bet.
should text the guest and say, hey, can you run these bags down to Hollowbugs for me? Free potato pancake. Free potato pancake if you do that. You do us a
I think
favor.
they get that in the gift box anyway.
No, I took a
them
lot.
that.
I took a lot of those out of the cabinet.
Okay.
So
They're
then,
really good pancakes.
Yeah.
So then I thought about this for a split second. I was like, I was gonna tell Pat, like, Pat, just swing by and knock on the door, and if
And then,
if
yeah.
they're gone, I'll
Go
just
inside,
I'll
yeah.
just give you the code
Yeah.
to get in to
And
you
then
know,
be-
like
yeah. And
to
there's-
grab
there's-
the
oh
to
my
grab
God,
the.
there's 2 lesbian grannies in the shower.
And
You
then-
got to be quiet. It's like you're sneaking
No,
through
no,
you're
no.
sneaking through Hogwarts.
Then Crystal advised
Revelio.
me, you cannot do that. But I was like, I see nothing wrong
Wait a
with
minute,
it.
we can do whatever we want. We're the host.
No, Crystal's
It's
like,
up to
you
them.
cannot.
No,
do
we
that.
can do that. Hold on. I
No,
beg to differ. We can do that. It's up to them to leave a bad review if they don't like it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the recourse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This
Here,
is how
I'll
the
pretend
wor-
I'm an
yeah.
Uber Eats driver with more wings.
Yeah, this is how the
and
world
just show
works.
up,
Yeah,
sneak
yeah.
into the closet,
I don't-
and pick it up.
I'm allowed to speed on I-4. The police are also allowed to pull me over. But if they don't see me, I'm not speeding.
You
Okay,
get it, Dan.
okay.
You get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So as
Everybody,
long as it's-
you know what? Pat's the
if they
only
don't
person
know-
that's ever said I get it.
Yeah, if they don't know, no harm, no foul. Right.
Right. Especially if they're in the shower. I think that makes it a little more exciting if you have to sneak past the tiny shower. Like you're in a video game, Assassin's Creed style, and you got to, and then you hear them get in the towel, and you got to hurry out the back.
Anyway, so they're checking out on Friday, so there's a small
Okay.
window.
Yeah, you have a 1 hour window.
I know my window.
They'll text you have to parkour through there.
It's been booked a lot lately.
that's
Way
good.
more than the past. I think it was the Porch Fest, and then just started catching
Yeah,
on.
it's
or
got some
something.
heat now, especially all those signs we put up that said "Book this house."
None of our listeners, by the way. This is the popularity of Sanford.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Everyone's like, "Wow, these podcasters must have a bunch of extra stuff they put in here."
so speaking of the popularity of Sanford, Hollabox, obviously the most popular restaurant in Sanford, I would say, world famous. And Sam mentioned that you guys are doing this mystery dinner, and then I was like, "What is that?"
I felt a tinge of jealousy that we haven't been asked to act in there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Are there actors? Tell us about mystery dinner.
Yeah, so we teamed up with these guys, Something New Studios out of Tavares, and basically on the second level in our Uber bar there,
Okay.
we have they put on a mystery dinner show, and it comes with a 3-course meal, and the show is like all improv. They kind of know some of the loose cues where plot points they need to hit, but otherwise they just kind of they go for it, and like.
Servers are all part of it.
Yeah. The servers got real into it last night. It was like a trailer park show, and one of
to
the
go so bad.
yeah.
one of the servers had like a little baby doll, and like as she's taking the order, she's like putting the vape pen up to the baby doll's mouth, you know,
in the
just
show?
to
Is that
just
in
to
the
really
show?
fit into the trailer park
Okay,
theme. You know?
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
vaping babies.
Authentic German, authentic trailer park.
Yeah. And so they act something out, and then you have to like.
It's usually like
think-
you've been invited to. I saw one on there. It
How's
was
that
the
work?
Gory Butcher wedding.
Yep.
And it was like Rebecca Gorey and Jonathan Butcher are being married. You have been cordially invited to the Gory Butcher wedding.
Okay.
What can go wrong? I like stuff like that. Sam's all in.
Yeah.
Do you do the move where it's like the thunder?
The lights go
and
out.
the lights, and then they wake
We
up.
And there's a
can't
body
get
on the
married.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't get married because the bride has been.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
can
set up
do
PA
that.
and
Yeah.
everything.
We'll have to get you involved with them so you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
can have your own Tom and Dan murder mystery.
And then I
Yes.
look, and then I'm like, a foot! The game, it is a foot! I found a clue!
Wait, which one of the 3 of us is getting murdered, though?
Well,
I'm Sherlock Bones. And I'm oh wait, we're not doing porno. I'm little Sherlock.
all right, so well, the thing is, each person gets murdered each time the lights go out, and
I don't
then
think that's how they do
you have
it.
to figure out the murderer,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think that's how they do
How
it.
does it do
I think
it?
it's different every
We don't
time.
have that level of special effects, but
okay.
yeah, there definitely is somebody getting murdered.
Okay, all right.
You know.
And then
Is
do
it
you-
ever like Chef Pat? Have you ever been murdered?
You could call me murdered every time because I'm usually not there.
Are there any like? Or do we get any like you or anybody that we know from Hollowbox? Do they get murdered, or is it one of the actors?
So
that gets
typically we save all the hard part of getting murdered to the actors.
murdered? Okay,
You know,
that
but
makes sense. That makes sense.
how often are you doing these?
so we do them once a month. So
Okay.
it's always on Wednesday. It's usually the first or second Wednesday of the month. Yeah, I don't know the theme for the next one yet. Actually, I'll have to check with those
Do
guys.
people have to sign up for it, or do you?
Yeah, go to Something New Studios website, and the ticket link for the next month might already be up.
Okay.
So yeah,
We sell out
sign
pretty
up.
quick.
Yeah,
Oh, I bet that sounds.
holds about 70 people. So get in there, you know.
Yeah, we should do that with like a select group of like BDMs or something,
Yeah.
and do a murder mystery.
Does everybody vote on, like, can someone just be like, I know, and then they
saw
guess?
him
Scott.
be murdered by Tom.
That'll be Tom in the first course.
I saw him get murdered when the lights went out.
Before, as they walk in,
I had a
I'm like, I
mag
know
light.
what they're planning.
Yeah. That person, I'm profiling them, and they look like a murderer.
Like, oh, that's a waiter. Anyway, sorry. So how about the person guess at the end?
Yeah, so they do their whole kind of performance there for the murder mystery,
God,
and then
you
they have
guys
a
are really dismissing it. They
then
do
that-
their whole little thing, they dancing around, they say murder. They do their little baby game.
yeah, exactly. It works just like that. And then there's a Q&A session where you can go around, ask questions to all of the different
Oh, and you
actors.
can
I
accuse
love
people.
questions.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Do they
yeah,
have
yeah.
red hair?
Yours are
Long
long
questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Detective Long Questions.
So-
That's your name.
And then you fill out your little sheet that you
Yeah.
write down whose name.
Do you get a
who it
name
is.
of your detective agency, much like a trivia name? Like, you're going to make it spicy? Like,
I think they should add that if they don't have it. You
yeah.
know,
You
so
should have a detective
Are the
agency.
teams or everybody for themselves?
everybody for themselves. They have a
Okay.
little prize too. I think you get a little like a little chip that's like I solved the murder.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah,
I want a murder
It's
chip.
my dream.
Sam's really into it. Like, she's really, really into it.
So I know we've got St. Patrick's Day coming up, and
What do people do for that?
for
Other than drink. Other than drink.
That's all I know. It's
I
drink.
mean, like, seriously. Like, because,
Eat
like,
corned beef.
I do
Yeah.
enjoy some corned beef. I enjoy cabbage.
There's drinking, and then there's put up your dues.
Yeah, it's
Because
duking and
of
drinking.
Oh yeah, that's all I know.
Yeah, and green beer. You do the green beer.
yeah.
Although I'm not a fan of that.
me neither. Yeah, yeah.
Just give me a regular beer, and I'll just happy St. Patrick's Day. Leave your garbage out of it.
Yeah.
No green beer at Hollerbox.
Hey,
yeah, I like
I
that.
like that. I like that. Yeah, I don't like the green beer. After I saw what it did to my bowel movements, and I freaked out really, really bad because I'm a hypochondriac.
It's like the
so.
black bun at Burger King.
Yeah, you can't do the black bun. Could never do it.
So, Chef Pat, is there something St. Patrick's Day themed, culinary wise?
Yeah, we do corned beef and cabbage every year.
All right.
It's been a tradition. We've got a special purveyor that we get our corned beef from. It's been the same for the last, I've been there 18 years that we've been doing it, and we have a limited amount. And once it's gone, it's gone.
Is
Also,
corn
the egg mustard sauce that you make for that is incredible.
Egg mustard sauce sounds awesome.
is corned beef the same as chip beef? Because my mom used to make me
No.
chip beef and gravy
Yeah.
over
that's-
toast.
Yeah,
That's
my-
white trash meal.
Yeah,
So
my
you-
mom made me that too.
You can chip up corned beef and use it for that.
Okay.
But it's like a corned beef is like a pickled beef that then you just cook the bejesus out of until it's tender and serve it with cabbage and potatoes and
Yeah.
the rest of the poor food.
It's got that pickled kind of flavor
Gotcha,
to it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's kind of a
Mustard seeds,
Yeah.
cloves,
yeah.
bay leaves.
It's got kind of. I like the flavor. I know I can understand why kids or some people may not like it. It can be kind of harsh, like. But I like. it.
briny.
Yeah, I
it's
like a piece
tangy.
of that. Like, I guess there's no bark really, but I like the pieces that are more tangy. The ones that I'm like, good lord.
See, and then your pastrami
Ooh,
is
yeah.
where you put the it was like coriander and peppercorn crust on it and smoke it. So you've got the pickled meat, and then you smoke it. So then you get that more of a bark that you're talking about, Dan.
Is it correct in guessing that probably a lot of these type of foods were cooked the bejesus out of, as you said, because they weren't traditionally the better cuts, right? Like these are people
tougher cuts of meat.
Yeah.
Whatever poor people could afford.
Yeah,
the
it's poor
shoulders
food.
or the ass of the cow
you
or whatever.
pickle it and then you cook the crap out of it, and it tastes pretty good.
Same sauerbraten in
sauerbraten.
German. It's another tough piece of meat that you pickle in vinegar and spices
But
to
it's good as hell.
take that flavor out of and make tender.
How long can a pickled meat last?
I've been asking that
like
for years. I've been asking
Or
that for
like-
years.
Like, will it go bad eventually? But I guess it's
I
submerged.
like almost everything pickled. And I was told when I went to those allergy tests that some kids have. You go and they test you, and then they tell you what you can't eat. And I was told I can't eat anything pickled, and I walked right out the door. I was like, I'm done. I will never
Terrible.
go back. I will never go back to you. I will never not eat pickled foods. Vinegar is one of my most favorite things on the planet. I just love it.
It's got to preserve it for a while, right?
Yeah, like so with the meat, if it's raw meat, like it's not going to last forever. But when you get to things that are less going to kill you if it's out of temperature, like your pickles and onions and carrots and stuff like that, that stuff lasts for a long time.
Gotcha.
You'd probably have you had corned beef, like really well made corned beef? I have a feeling you would love it.
I've eaten corned beef before, but it's something that I never seek out usually,
Yeah.
which is stupid because
Well,
every time
it's-
I've eaten it, it's like, this is delicious.
It's also I would say in doses for me because it's
Sure.
salty. You
I
know?
eat so much of it when we cook it that I really don't F
Right.
with it the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's a once a year thing for me, but I'll eat a lot of it and make myself sick. That's how much I like it.
And our cabbage is, I love cabbage anyways.
Cabbage is the bomb, dude.
I think we've talked about cabbage before.
We have.
But bacon, onions, veal stock, salt, pepper, and cabbage, and really that's it. And just braise the crap out of it.
Cabbage
until
is
the cabbage tender.
underappreciated, man. But I'm a coleslaw guy too, so I like raw cabbage. I like cabbage in my salad. I like the crunch of it. I like it when it's used in Asian dishes. I like it when you cook the crap out of it. I like it when you wrap rice and meat in it and you make a guamki or.
Oh yeah,
like,
stuffed cabbage is
oh
great.
God, dude, cabbage rules. And is that an old man thing? Oh my God, I'm an old man. I'm an old man. I'm pontificating about how much I love cabbage.
Cabbage Patch.
Cabbage!
I'm pretty sure young men don't
say
ever
it,
say
dude.
cabbage rules.
We're here to change that.
I don't
We
think
need a sticker for
I
all
don't
box
think
of
that's
tomato that says cabbage rules.
that's not a
Next pin.
cowabunga.
Be as
Napa
cabbage.
cabbage, tiny
little
cabbage.
cabbage.
Can we be cabbages? Please make me a cabbage so I
Cabbage
can
Patch
fly
Kids.
away.
You know a food has a huge spectrum. People serve it rotten.
yeah.
Kimchi.
Yeah,
Kimchi,
they're
dude.
like
It's rad though. Kimchi, if you get good one, oh my God, it's amazing.
Fermented sauerkraut.
if a food
Cabbage is all. Y'all go back to cabbage rules. I stand I stand on cabbage rules.
if a food
Hashtag me too.
is served just as often fresh and rotten, it's got to be a good one. Right? It's like this thing can go rotten.
And my wife is Polish.
People love
and
it.
We will go ham. We'll get horny for cabbage. It's so good.
I want like
And sauerkraut. Jesus Christ. Oh my
Sam,
God.
look up the nutritional value of cabbage. I think
It's just
got
water, right?
but it's not
Yeah.
like it's not like lettuce though. I think it has like
There's
something
stuff in
in
it.
it. Yeah. It's like actually nutritious for you. I think
Lots of fiber.
Anyway, so anything else going
Sulfur.
on?
Yeah.
Sulfur in
Yeah,
it?
Oh yeah.
That's why it makes the
Yeah.
gas so pleasing afterwards.
He gets them hots. He gets them hots.
Smells like what?
I love the hots. When's
like-
the last time you had a case of the hots?
Do we have well water? Be like, nope.
You ever guys had a case of the hots? I like it. My daughter thinks it's disgusting, but I like it when it's just like
Oh, come on.
comes up the back of your diaper.
That's all.
You can feel it. I'm like, is that in my shirt? It's in my shirt. I'm
a
like,
lot of potassium.
like the fart's so heavy you can hold it in your hands like a newborn baby.
Come on. Anything else we should know about going on in the hollow box before we move on to Chef Pat's shoes?
Chef Pat's shoes.
I don't know what my shoes do today. No, just the joint. Really.
What's
has
the,
been
we
going
haven't
well.
we haven't been through everything on the menu at the joint yet. Let's just hit that real quick. I've been seeing tater tots, which we didn't get. We did waffle fries instead, which are
Sure.
bomb ass waffle fries.
I think they
But-
would hold up better for you guys.
Yeah, but you guys do tots, and then you you do the sliders, you do
The wings.
Those wings are really really good. You do a habanero, and then
Lemon pepper, right?
We got lots of different stuff. So the whole gimmick with the joint, is in the name. It's kind of a weed themed bar food. So you order your wings, you order them as an eighth, and all the sauces are different strains. So like we had the mango OG is the mango habanero. Lemon pepper gold is the gold barbecue with lemon pepper. We've got really good chicken nuggets. They're like breast chunk nuggets. I don't want to say like Chick-fil-A, but they're like actual breast chunk nuggets.
Gotcha. That's what they call me on the street.
Breast
Breast chunk
nugget.
nuggets.
It's so weird to say too.
Yeah.
Hot dogs, several different kinds of hot dogs.
It's also hard to explain to people though that this is like yes, it is bar food because who doesn't love bar food?
But it's super high quality.
It's elevated.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
Right.
like when he says breast chunk nuggets, as awkward as that is, that's exactly what it is. It's a piece of real
It's not
chicken.
piped out chicken paste.
Yeah, it's real chicken, and then like man, those hot
The
dogs.
sliders are Wagyu sliders. That's why they're good. That's
I'm a
Wagyu
hot
beef.
dog guy, and those hot dogs you guys brought were just so good because I could tell that you spent some money on the dog.
I can usually like say 3 hot dogs at Hot Dog Heaven. I can finish one of our dogs. They're big dogs.
They're hefty boys.
And I cut them in half for you guys so they fit in the tray.
Yeah, those were.
Write that down. If you want to run with the big dog, that's a good shirt. So
Yes.
I realized when I was eating those lemon pepper wings that I tend to every time I order wings get them the hottest they come because me and Daniel like
we like
super
spicy
foods and hot wings.
Well, the extreme drug use and alcoholism has,
Burn
has
out.
dampened
Yeah.
our tasting abilities.
So I would get like the hottest wings usually, and like, but when eating the lemon pepper wings, I realized I was missing out because
Yeah,
for
on
years
the flavor.
on the flavor of the actual wing because I'm going too extreme, and so it's just like speaking of marijuana, you got to take a break sometimes.
You do.
and
What?
open up your palate. I'm just saying it'll help then.
Says who?
Me appreciate the hot wings later.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like too many over and over hot wings. I'm not
Yeah.
taking a break and then to go back and
It's like a
and
double IPA. It'll
Yeah,
burn
yeah.
your palate out, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You finish with that.
It's all about variety. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Has the reception to the joint been well? Like,
So far, so good. Limited hours right now, 5 days a week, Wednesday night, and then Thursday through Sunday,
nice.
noon until like 10 o'clock, and then Friday and Saturday until 1.
Very cool.
We wanted to be able to have late night.
are you having
options.
to spend a lot of time over there because it's sort of your baby?
First
or?
2-3 weeks,
Yeah.
but now the staff that I've got over there right now
Nice.
is able to handle it pretty
It's
much.
funny too because I think a lot of people think that sort of stuff's like easy to cook, and it can be, but it's not. You know, I mean,
Sure.
like, yeah, I mean, if you know what you're
To
doing,
do
it can
it
be.
right and to
Right.
keep it consistent and
Yeah.
at the level that we want it to be at
Yeah.
is the hard part.
Is the Wagyu or Wagyu, is that is easier to cook? Harder to cook? I mean, higher concentration of fat?
Yeah, definitely higher concentration of fat. Don't want to overcook it, but I think it does kind of give you a little leeway because it's a little
Yeah.
juicier.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're small, so you're not getting them, mid-rare or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's not an option. You just get it how it comes.
You get a burg. Yeah.
Right.
Eat your burg and, you get what you get.
So what new shoes have you collected,
Yeah,
Pat?
I want to get into shoes. I like your shoes. Every time you come here, I compliment your shoes. And I want to get in there to be like one of the guys in the BDM shoe group where they're always posting these screenshots of like a
Got
Nike,
'em.
like a Nike website,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
says
yeah.
like got 'em, and it says like got 'em, and then it has a picture of the shoe they got, and they're like, look what I got, and I'm like, I want to play.
So
Like,
I haven't
wanna-
put it up there yet, but whenever they come in, I got a custom joint pair of Nike Air Max 90s coming with glow-in-the-dark bottoms and back tabs, and the hang tab says the joint on it, and it's like all our colors, the purple and neon green and
Nice.
blues and oranges that Danger Brand so lovely put into our color pattern there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is still the primarily or like the place to find the shoes eBay or there's like
Yeah.
There's
I
like
get my stuff right from Nike
But
usually.
you guys are have to get in the explain the lottery process to me of like getting in queue to try and get some of these rarer shoes.
Yeah, there's lots of so like over Christmas time I got pretty lucky with the Jordan 1 Lost and Founds, which was the big shoe of last year, and I hit a raffle. I'd sign up for lots of raffles on all the different sneaker apps, and I got a notification your raffle was selected. Be off of Hiawassee at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning and pick your pair of shoes up at whatever the sports store was. So I was second person in line there. Went, showed them my my app, and paid for my shoes and walked out.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of shoe store? Well, like where did
So it was like a Hibbett or a JD or something like that,
Yeah.
but like standalone in a strip mall.
Interesting.
over that side.
Imagine the discipline it takes for Nike to only print a limited amount of shoe that is so sought after
That they could pump out a million of them.
We're like, we
You gotta
have.
think their limit is like their limited is 500,000 or 800,000 is their limited run.
No, I know, but still, they self limit, like
Right.
you
They
know,
do,
for
yeah.
to inflate the market to make it rare. And I understand the business behind it, but you could make as many as you want. You can make 10
Right.
million.
Yeah, yeah. The kids are still
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. The factory's
The
running.
machines are still humming.
And there's a never-ending supply of
Yeah.
kids to make these.
Yeah, yeah. You just, hey, why don't each
And-
one of you squeeze out about 100 more pairs before you leave for the day?
People are going on a lottery system to buy these. We could just print 10 million and be rich.
And Michael's got to gas his yacht up. We need some more Jordans pumped out.
Yeah, yeah. Still not enough money to turn his eyes white.
Oh, yeah. That's weird. I don't think you can do anything there, right?
You
That's
think
his
with
age,
unlimited
yeah.
money, you could make your
You just
eyes
start
white?
I
wearing
don't think he
sunglasses.
cares.
You just got to wear sunglasses all the time.
Well, can't you do something? I mean, bleach
Yeah.
your eyes white
No,
or
you can't.
something?
Sammy Sosa tried. It can't be done. He
Everything
tried.
but the eyes.
Yeah, everything but the
Some
eyes.
drops.
That's what I've heard.
My
You
God.
can change everything, but you can't change your eyes.
They are unfortunate to look at. Anyway, Chef Pat, Eric, thank you guys for coming by. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. It's
Thanks,
always good to
guys.
see you
Thank you.
guys. Good luck with everything. Say hi to the crew at the joint. And I'd urge everybody, if you haven't been to Hollow Box, you got to go. You got to
Yeah.
go check it out. It's so fun.
Yeah, get a reservation for the weekend. That's the only way to get in there.
Yeah, good luck on that, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you better,
Just
you
get
better
in
call
early.
now. Call now.
Yeah, yeah.
You better find me on Facebook if you want a reservation on the weekend.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
We'll be right back.
Oh, hold on. There we go. Perfect. Good job, y'all. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure seeing you guys.
Thank you.
That was funny. Where's that go? Friday 1?
Yep.
Still on Twitch, so.
Yeah, every time I try to get into Twitch, it's like you got to update or like it just takes forever to load and I can never get in. So
It's definitely not perfect.
That's all right. You know, your
I'm sure it's on my end.
your prime Twitch hours are when he really should be, working. So
I do try to catch the BDM show on Mondays.
I've been just sabotaging you. I think that's what it is.
It happens. My work hours are all the time. So
That's true.
Good seeing you guys. Pam. Pam. Thanks for coming
Good seeing
in.
you guys.
Have a great weekend, you guys.
if you want to come out to Murder Mystery, just let us know and
Okay.
get you out.
Yeah, we could like
I'll be out.
talk
at
the shit out of that.
I'll
That'd
be out at the
fun.
Westin on the 14th for Tropodelic, so I'll hit you up there too.
See you guys. Drive safe.
I'll text you in the morning for code.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. I'll just let me know when you get there, and we'll let our clean lady know she's gonna show up between 11 and 3. But we'll just tell you when she's ready.
Cool. Groovy. Thank you guys again.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yep, I appreciate it. If you need anything, just give us a call.
What are we doing now, Kenny?
No,
He doesn't come until 11.
We'll do the second part of
Friday.
Friday. Yeah,
Okay.
and just do
Voicemails and emails.
stuff going on.
Okay. 15 here. Let me get out my voicemails. Okay. Why don't you bring us back, please? In 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Real quick, if you want to be a BDM, sign up at tomandan.com.
Yes.
We're doing a BDM Appreciation Week coming up in April, and we're going to be releasing a bunch of stuff just for BDMs, giving away a bunch of stuff, and we appreciate it. If you are a BDM, or maybe you think you are, your account may have lapsed.
Yeah, check your account. Make sure you're paying us.
Yeah,
Because if you're not paying us, you're not a BDM.
That's
what I say. That's what I say.
It is a paid member service.
Yeah, but it's not much. I mean, dare I say it's the most affordable local content you can get. It is.
Yeah. I
It-
mean,
it-
from $1.95 to $10.95,
Yeah.
it's a sliding
Even
scale.
at
here.
$10.95, we are giving you way too much.
It's a spectrum of love.
It is a spectrum of love.
If you become a BDM, use it to network and promote your business, and then also go to all the free events and take advantage of all the free stuff we give away,
Sure.
you are making money.
You are. And you can eventually use the connections that you have in the multiple groups that we have to cheat on your wife and ruin your family.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
There's that too.
Yeah, lots of that.
Yeah. And then you can email me and blame me for what you did. Or your wife can, or your husband. Never gotten a husband yet, but I will. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely sure of it.
Let's do a voicemail.
All right, let's try this one.
Hello, Tom, Dan, and Sam. It's Canadian Josh. If a corporate time was not sold and broadcast on terrestrial radio, would you guys still do it?
No.
Or some version of it
Yes.
in podcast format only? I'll hang up and listen. Love you guys. BDM for life.
Yes, we would.
Yeah, we would.
We wouldn't. It seems like we fell into a good, workflow, and we would keep doing ACT, keep doing it censored,
Yeah.
where like at least not cursing or
Yeah,
whatever.
some
That's
people
all it is.
like that. It's a different variation of what we do. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
There's also like a lot of our listeners have kids, and then you can listen to ACT podcasts with your kids, and you're not going to have a curse word fly. I've fallen into that where I'm listening to the sports podcasts and the uncensored ones.
a little too much.
It's just they don't curse that often, but all of a sudden they'll drop a loud F-bomb, and then I'll be like, oh.
And then
Yeah.
Tommy's like, can I say a
Yeah.
curse word?
Then Tommy's like,
Not that it even matters.
Let me say it.
That's my favorite
at
word.
their age, but it's like I'm only listening for the sports content. Like I don't
Yeah.
need your loud F-bomb.
It matters nothing to you.
Well,
yeah.
they're passionate, Tom.
No, I know. And it's meant for adults. I understand that, but anyway, yes, the answer is
Yes.
Yeah, we would
would
continue
keep
to do this. I enjoy ACT. In fact, I think a lot of people listen on ACT. Like sometimes I'm surprised at the number of people that'll come up to me and be like, "Hey, I met a guy 2 days ago in public, so I was shopping for vegetables, and he just walked over. He's an ACT listener." So
Yeah, I mean, it's our daily content that is ACT. We look at the Friday Free Show. We love that as the original
yeah, it's free.
podcast.
It's we can curse a little bit, concepts.
Then we do another uncensored show on Mondays just for BDMs only. We release some old content with an intro.
I use the BDM and OG show more as like therapy, behind the scenes, what's going on internally.
Yeah.
How
That's,
my life is falling apart.
Yeah.
How my dog can't stop diarrheaing he's Mr. Diarrhea. Dansby Dennis, Dansby Diarrhea Dennis. He is diarrhea everywhere.
and so those are our two uncensored shows, and then three if you count the OG recap, and then all the corporate times Monday through Friday.
Yep.
So I feel like that's a good mix, and it worked for us. Although probably a corporate time will eventually maybe go down to like a 40-minute show Monday through Friday instead of.
I mean, with the way TikTok's going, I think all of our shows will go down to about a minute and a half. We'll give you 30 seconds, take a break, 30 seconds, take a break, 30 seconds, and then we're out.
You know what sucks about that is that we live in a world where there's so much content.
I don't
that
live in a TikTok world.
It makes sense to start, doing less content. But there are a percentage of our listeners that consume everything we do because they drive a truck or they're in their car or they just can all day at work. Or whatever.
Travelers.
Yeah, and so they really don't want us to give a minute less because they're like, I listen to every single show. So, but that's the minority. I feel most people are mixed and they just pick up shows when they can, or they're a terrestrial radio listener and they just got a real radio on all day.
Yeah.
So it sucks. It's like we need to, because society is telling us to do a little bit less because it's disadvantageous to us to do too much.
Sure.
But there are people that love it and love every minute
Yeah.
that we do and don't want us to do a minute less.
But what's the majority of people want? I think, what would be funny is if we do 2-hour shows on Friday. It'd be funny if we were so trained that we could start doing, that's, what is that, 120 minutes?
Yeah.
So what would be funny is if, this Friday we do 120 minutes. Next Friday, if we were really disciplined, we'd give them 119. And then the next week,
keep
we give
shaving
them
a minute off?
118. We just keep shaving a minute off
But
and see if anybody notices.
it's nearly
Where's the sweet
impossible
spot?
to do like when you limit your time. But that's where like terrestrial radio is losing to podcasts and the fact that they have a time limit. You know, I used to get mad listening to NPR. They'd hurry up some interesting guest.
Yeah, they still do that.
I'm sorry, we don't have enough time to go. And then cut them off.
They play the jazz.
They play the long jazz,
super long jazz.
And then I'm like, why'd you cut them off?
Yeah,
like what are you doing?
It's poor producing. They knew what they had to shoot for, and then the producer at the end was like, "Oh, just slide the jazz in."
Rodeo, wrap it up.
Yeah. but it's like having that time constraint, does a disservice to your content.
I think so, or it can.
Yeah. And for what reason? So you could hurry up to jazz or whatever else, or like stay on the clock. Like who cares? Yeah. It's like you control the clock. It's your company.
Finish your thought. Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Get your emails ready, my friend. We'll try this one while Sam is firing up the paper.
Hello, Tom, Dan, and Sam. It's Canadian Josh. On a couple ACTs ago, you guys, Dan and Tom, you were kind of like marveling at how women wear makeup and high heels, and I couldn't agree more. Just the notion of having stuff painted on your face and standing on your tippy toes on high heels just blows my mind as well. And just to add to that, the one I'm always marveled at is thongs. I don't know how they do it. It blows my mind. A string up your butt crack all the time. That's all my wife wears, and I'm in amazement that she can do it.
That's a brag.
She says she doesn't realize it's there, but
this guy calls in and knocks us down a bit. You know what? You're fired. You're fired. You think that crap's gonna work? You think this is my first rodeo?
Yeah.
My wife wears big gray granos. Big gray granos. Thanos? You heard of Thanos?
Granos.
Yeah, he wears the Thanos granos.
I don't believe. Canadian Josh is a middle-aged man like us.
Yeah.
And
his wife wears thongs.
I don't know his wife, but he's got kids and stuff. Who's wearing
I
thongs
don't
all
know
day?
many women that wear thongs because I'm 46 years old. So most of the women that I know, I'm not looking at Sam because I don't know her business. I'm not gonna even look at her. I don't even want to get into her panties. Like I understand what's.
Well, if you're wearing a dress,
that sounded horrible.
Like if you're wearing a tight dress, I can understand.
You won't
Or
want the
tight
panty line.
pants.
Yeah, you don't want the panty lines. I get it.
Leggings.
Yeah.
Leggings you don't wear panties. And
I do.
So does Andrea, and I tell her you got to take those things off. You look like a doofus at the gym. You look like the doofus at the gym that doesn't know how to use the ab machine.
Yeah. Thongs seem, although.
Why don't you and I do a thong challenge? Do you think you could do a Friday free show wearing a men's thong? I think I could.
Yeah.
I'm tough enough to do that.
Let's test it out.
All right. Now, could you do it with a clean at the end of it to take it off?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Because
things are happening down there.
I always
gotta clean yourself.
Yeah,
no, I'm clean, but throughout the day, I'm like a fish tank. There's moving organisms in there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
And I'm always on different levels of discomfort on my bottom half.
Yeah.
There's something going on.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like noises.
Inflamed.
There's noises and there's like air pockets. You can hear the air pockets
There's something
moving.
stings.
Yeah, there's some stinging going on.
Yeah, stingy stinks.
Do you guys ever go in there and open your? Do you ever go in there and like present?
Never
like
open.
push your cheeks
No,
side to side,
no.
and then when the water hits you, you're like, "Wow, there must be something cut down there."
There's a lot of cuts.
I was like, I feel like 1,000 cuts.
I saw on TikTok there's another bathroom debate going on. So of course we know the sit stand.
Yeah.
But there's another one. Do you spread your cheeks on the seat?
No.
Or do you just sit straight down like you're sitting in a chair?
Yeah, I sit like I'm sitting on a chair.
Yeah.
Because it is a chair.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But
I don't.
It was split 50-50.
I don't do
no
any.
pun intended
I don't
there.
do any cheek grabbing because I feel like that. Then that's going to be uncomfortable. And then what if there's an alligator in there? You don't want to present yourself like that.
Yeah. And I also have a frog ass.
Well, then you need to spread them.
Yeah.
No.
Me sitting on a
it's
toilet
always,
is like somebody putting a piece of plywood against a piece of drywall. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. I feel like the people that need to do that maybe have just a more.
You're too round.
Yeah.
That's
It's
for
like,
Latin ladies. That's for Latin ladies.
Like a nicer.
I don't think so.
That's for the
I
stereotype.
think you guys are doing it wrong.
That's for the bigger.
That'll be the next poll in the BDM group.
That's for the bigger cheeks. I don't have big cheeks.
Yeah.
I have little cheeks.
Yeah. Wall, like a wall.
Yeah, I have wall cheeks. If I opened
bulldog.
a superstore, it would be called wall cheeks. All right.
Do you want to email?
Yeah, let's do
All
an
right.
email. The thong thing. Sorry, it blew my face off.
Why is no one taking pictures of the turtle? Okay. So here's what I've gathered from the most recent BDM show.
Oh, they're referencing Tom's. Tom was
The turtle
losing his
laying
mind
eggs.
because people didn't want to watch this dumb turtle fart its eggs into a hole.
Being in nature to see nature, watching a turtle birth equals good, take pictures. Being in a maternity ward to see birth, watching your own child be born, don't look at it.
Oh.
Seeing a turtle give birth in person equals you've never seen it, whoa, take pictures. Seeing your wife in a wedding dress equals you can imagine it, you've seen dresses on the internet, no whoa. Tom isn't pro turtle, just anti-crystal. Hero and a half shell, Christine.
Yeah, this is Christine's attempt at showing your hypocrisy of that. You want everyone to sit and marvel at the turtle having a baby, but you don't want to look at your own wife giving birth to the two things that you love the most.
No, okay, well, hold on. I can have a perfect argument for this.
Great.
Just give me a second.
No, well, first, like I said in that BDM show, I've never seen a turtle lay eggs in real life.
You'd never seen a woman give birth in real life before Tommy.
I haven't either. But I don't want now. First,
I'm interested to see how you explain this away.
Okay, well, I'm not eating the turtle's pussy later on in life.
You know, I have to agree with that. I think.
So if I was,
You've been spicy this week.
Walk to the parking lot.
Yeah, it's spicy. I like this. I like this new Tom. This is the best week.
Yeah. And
he's
then
back, baby.
with the wedding
He's
dress,
back.
I've seen lots of women wear wedding dresses. It's nothing amazing. Like I've seen that a
But
lot
not
in
your
my
wife.
life. I think I've seen my wife do it.
He'd rather see the turtle.
Actually, you saw her. You married her like 5
Yeah,
times.
he'd rather see the turtle in the wedding dress. That's more.
Whoa, that would be something.
Well,
to
no,
take
but
pictures
that's
of.
really something to marvel at because it's truly unique, right? Is that what you're saying? Like the turtle in the wedding dress is far more unique than just a woman in a wedding dress.
But also, there is a difference between humans and animals. We know the difference. We don't want to see, we look at animals all the time dead on the side of the road and it doesn't bother us. If we saw a
Speak
human...
for yourself, sociopath.
No, but I'm saying you see
It doesn't
roadkill.
bother me. I don't care.
You see roadkill all the time, and we drive by and we're not
Say
like,
a prayer every time.
I ran over a possum's tail yesterday that was already dead, and when I felt my tires go over it, I was like, yeah.
If we saw a human, we're like, oh my, traumatized. Anyway,
I dated a girl that found a homeless man dead on the beach.
Really?
Yeah. My old girlfriend found a homeless man dead on the beach.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm always afraid I'm going to find a dead body.
You know how she found it? Her dog was poking around in some bushes, and her dog's over there poking and poking. Come here, dog.
Yeah,
and
that's how it happens.
That's how it always happens. And then the dog, come here, dog. What are you doing? And the dog was licking the man's hand, and then she looks in there, dead bum, right there, dead bum, bloated, big fat bloated bum. How long does it take for your body to puff up?
It happens fast, especially on the beach. It's hot.
That's true, yeah.
That's true. And it was Daytona too. She lived in Daytona. I dated a Daytona girl, if that tells you anything. Anal all the time.
Come on, it's on the radio.
What's wrong with you two?
Not for long though. Josh will have his wish.
Yeah, we're trying to get this off the radio.
I think we can say whatever and no one cares. I honestly do.
Here, let's test it. No.
Well, that's the problem. We will one day.
Let's try this one right here.
Hey everyone, I'm just walking my dog up here in the cold.
Not doing that one. This guy with the mousy voice, he always bothers me when I play his voicemails because I'm like, God, speak up!
Hello, show. I'm listening to ACT where you're talking about fence lines and dads, and I don't normally agree with Tom on a lot of stuff, but I do about baby talking dogs, for one. Drives me crazy.
All right.
Number two, though, I will go to great lengths, and maybe not great lengths. I'll endure some stuff to not have a war with my neighbor. I just don't think it's worth it, especially in the kind of neighborhood I live in where it's one of those, track home neighborhoods and the house is 6 feet from mine. I'd rather just let the fence be on my property 2 inches rather than have to, wonder if something bad's going to happen or, whatever. I don't know. But I'm with you, Tom. People should just take it easy and try not to have wars with their neighbors because you live next to them. Bye.
All right. See? Take it easy, B. That's the motto.
Yep. Just take it easy and don't baby talk your dogs.
Just let everybody walk all over you.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's an easier way of life.
Yeah. Because if you start creating problems, it just goes downhill from there.
Okay, you heard it here. Take it easy, B. All right. We got to get out of here.
Oh, okay. What's going on this weekend?
We're going.
I'll be at the Solar Bears game on Sunday.
Yeah,
Samantha will be at the Solar Bears game. Do you want to give people a passcode to tell you so you know that they heard this?
No.
Find Samantha and give her the passcode.
Thonger.
Thonger. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Thonger.
Section 118.
Yep.
You can get your tickets at tomanddan.com. It's the Tom and Dan section at the Solar Bears
It's
game.
a great time. If you've never been,
There's not too many games left.
No.
I believe unless we make the playoffs,
Middle
which we
April,
should.
right? Yeah.
Middle April is the last regular season game.
Yeah, but it's a value ticket, but it's super duper fun, man. You can make up for. It's awesome. The ticket is so incredibly cheap that you can actually go there and eat and drink your face off, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah, and awesome for your family as
Yeah,
well.
it's really great for the fam. Guys, we will see you tomorrow. Or wait, we'll see you Monday.
Perfect.
All right.
We got a pussy and an anal in that one.
Sorry. Anal, I think
We can get away with anal.
Yeah, you can get. You don't have to cut anal.
We got about 20 minutes before Kenny's here. We can do those commercials, or do you not want to do that on Twitch?
No, we can do it on Twitch.
Just trying to save
You
you
guys
some
want to
time.
hear us do commercials? Yeah, we don't normally broadcast us doing commercials, so interesting to show people how the sausage is made.
This will be for Friday the 17th. And okay.
So next Friday. Oh my God.
Okay. We'll start with American Air.
Is this the presenting?
Yeah.
Okay, I can start. Here we go. In 3, 2. Family friendly service. That's American Air Day.
I don't know if they. That's a.
It's a
why
new
you doing it
character.
like
It's
that?
a new character I'm working on.
Oh,
It's like
then
kind
what is
of
the character?
not quite Yosemite, but like a sprinkling of it. And you know, Yellowstone is hotter than ever right now.
Okay, all
You're
right.
the only person I know that quit watching it.
Well, speaking of hotter than ever, it's
Yes.
about to get hotter than ever. In fact, it's already hot.
It is,
Like, yeah.
it's really gross outside.
And your air conditioner is probably running 24/7, and your bill's going to get higher and higher because you probably have an old system. And
Yeah.
talk to American Air and Heat about designing you a complete new system because it's going to be more
Yeah.
efficient. It's going to save you. I mean, I've been saving like $90 a month on my new system.
Yeah, at least. If you're like me or Tom, well, first of all, I don't know who did this. I had some genius ran, you've seen this before. The guy that owned the house before me ran an air duct into the garage. That's great. That's really going to help my power bill, you idiot. And so after they tidied that up, they put a brand new system on my home. And what was happening, I have a 4-story townhome. It's not massive, but I had an underpowered unit. I'd replaced, I'd already purchased a unit, but the unit that I had purchased, I kind of got like shimmy dog hammed a little bit, and then they sold me something that was underpowered for the size of my home. Now that I got American Air and Heat, they put the right size in there. Everything's working great. My house is is actually perfect. It's never been this good.
When I got my system redone, they put a return in every single room to suck the hot air out of all the rooms. Instead of just having one return
Well, you
near
didn't
my
have
couch.
any of that. You were even worse than me. You had one return by the TV,
And it
loud
makes-
as hell.
It makes sense. It's like that cools your house more efficiently, and then especially the actual system itself, it's way more efficient, uses less energy. If your system may be 15 years old by now, that's old. Talk to them, get the preventative maintenance as well, so your system doesn't break down. Ask for the Tom and Dan discount, 10% off everything.
And there's tons of little things you can add to make yourself and your family more comfortable, like an electrostatic filter, which I have. You have that.
The UV,
UV light.
light,
If you suffer from allergies like I do, you go in there, you turn that thing down, and it kills mold. It's pulling the pollen out of the air. And I don't know if you saw today, the pollen's like on a 7 today, dude.
You're right. It's
nuts.
AmericanAirandHeat.com.
All right. Sorry,
That's perfect.
talk crazy now. All right, there's one. I did have to go in there and crank my UV light.
That's for 317.
What was that? Sorry.
317. That commercial.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just put the normal date because she'll do it, and
Okay.
we'll do the other ones tomorrow. Go in there and change it real fast.
What's that?
Why did my phone start playing "Rap God" by Eminem? I've never
sign.
played. I've never played that song.
Is MGK okay?
Okay, who's next?
Subaru Chevy.
All right. Why don't you begin?
Yep.
Here we go. 3, 2.
If you're looking to purchase a Subaru, or maybe you have a Subaru, I'm telling you, go check out the brand new Subaru dealership. It's on John Young Parkway, 1900 John Young Parkway. It's brand new. It's state of the art. I mean, I think the CEO of Subaru came down with a grand opening.
You went to the massive grand opening event.
It's amazing facility. I know Tony Moonjet goes there just to have muffins and services Subaru.
It's funny that Moonjet is now doing what my dad used to do with his cars. Like when you find a really nice dealership and you love your car, which Tony does. He loves his Subi. He's got a WRX. He likes to take it down there like an old man, like my dad does, and he'll just hang around the dealership because it's so nice.
And they built the dealership on land they purchased and cleaned. They took out 40,000 tons of trash and restored the wetlands, and then donated the wetlands behind the dealership back to Conservation Florida. And Subaru's an awesome company.
They're always trying to do a little something, a little earthy, a little crunchy, something good for us.
And it's like they helped out our nature in our hometown. It's like it's not more. You can't get any more community than that.
Well, I mean, they also do, and not to get on a roll here, but the Share the Love event, we've been a part of that with them almost every single year. That's where they single out a charity, and then they take the money and then they match the amount of money.
And they do that every single year. They do
hundreds
Yellow
of
Brick
thousands,
Road,
if not millions of dollars at this point, that they've been giving back to lots and lots of local charities near the dealerships.
Talk to Mike Stacks. He's our contact over there at Sports Subaru at their brand new dealership. So if you're looking for a Subaru, lifetime powertrain warranty. They're great vehicles.
Mike's a good dude, but hey, you got to get a hold of our guys. We got JC Harrelson. He's on the Chevy side.
Yeah, that's Don Millie Chevrolet in Claremont.
Mike Stacks, he's on the Subaru side. Now you got to let them know though. You got to hit them up.
Yeah,
they love it, and it puts you at the front of the line. It's an icebreaker.
And when you purchase the vehicle, they text us and let us know, and then we'll get you on the list to come in and watch a show. But Daniel's right. If you're looking for a Chevy, I have a Silverado. My wife has a Traverse. She loves them. Mid-engine Corvette. Talk to JC or Mike Stacks.
I'll do that before you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely be a Corvette Danny here in a few years.
Sports Subaru and Don Millie Chevrolet in Claremont.
Perfect.
And last is Fairvilla.
Last is who?
Fairvilla.
Fairvilla. Would you like for me to start?
Sure.
All right, here we go. So I was eating it last night, and I thought it would be a lot better if I swung by Fairvilla and got my wife some new negligees, some new sexy lingerie at our good friends, Fairvilla Megastore, multiple locations.
Yeah, brand new location in Sanford, right off Reinhardt Road. If you haven't been there, we went by, did an ACT podcast there. And
we made Lake Mary magazine. Look for that. Look for the photo of us interviewing Deborah. We are a big deal, guys.
And whether you want, like Daniel said, lingerie, whether you want some, they've got novelty gifts. They've got some weed-inspired novelty gifts.
Yeah.
They've got regular gifts.
If you're going to a bachelor party, if you're going to a bachelorette party, if you
want costumes.
Costuming for festival time, if you're doing a white elephant exchange or a party where you need some sort of funny gift, don't go to the stores that we all know. Go to Fairvilla, especially go to the Mega Store.
Yeah.
Also, that Sanford location that's brand new. They got
It's
a
great.
lot of really nice lingerie in there. And ladies, you stop by there. They're always doing workshops, little pop-ins where they're here, have a glass of champagne and shop. It's just an upscale, nice store.
Yeah, they got Fairvilla University online,
Yep.
so those are online.
If you want to learn how to eat it,
yeah,
they got you covered.
They have professionals that'll
They do.
teach you how to
Yeah.
eat it.
They have professional eating teachers.
They got location in the Keys.
Yep.
They got location on Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee, over on I-Drive and the coast.
Yes.
Lots of Fairvilla locations. You can find them all at fairvilla.com.
Perfect. And one for the best of, or?
There won't be any best of that week.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. So
That's it. Those three, and we're good.
We're waiting for
Kenneth.
Kenneth Samsel.
I did send you, he's got a couple of videos for
Okay.
some things he wants to chat about, so
All right.
I forwarded that to you.
Thank you. Let me open those up.
And we'll put this one for March 17th.
I'll need to edit all the shows for next week today, too. All the ACTs. So we'll need to do intros as well.
Oh yeah, we'll just do like 5 intros, and we'll do
Generics.
We'll do generic spring break themed.
Yeah, we can do those now if you want.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
time.
let's
we
do
got
it.
10 minutes.
All right.
Let me get.
I need to know the dates of what we did on each day for Black God. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
And then also the following Monday.
What do we do Monday?
We talked about Hogwarts Legacy.
That's fine. That's all I need is one.
Okay.
The biggest thing. Tuesday.
Impalement Stories.
Hail.
We could just do. Oh, you need them for Black God, right?
Yeah. Wednesday.
Wednesday, we have. Pills to Stop Drinking.
Okay.
Thursday. What even? Oh, Indian Crow King, the guy that called the crows.
Oh,
How'd that bet go between you two?
I forgot
I
about it.
forgot about it. Don't care enough. Then.
We'll know next
Friday
week.
will be Kenny Samsel, but I don't know what we're going to talk about.
I'm sure when someone hears the show next week, they'll
Yeah.
they'll email us.
All right, and then Monday.
And Monday, White Trash Weddings.
Okay. All right. First one. Monday.
I got something.
Three.
I'm a,
2.
Hey, I'm planning a trip to Panama City for spring break. You want to come with
yeah,
us?
Are you crazy?
All
I
right.
got my black wife beater ready.
All right, we got to get Sam to come with us because when you go to spring break, you know, you need the girl
Yeah.
so that it attracts the other, so that
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
look like old creepy men just walking down the street.
Exactly. I'm sure she'll do it. Okay. Then Tuesday.
I got something.
Oh, hold on. 3, 2.
Hey, I found out Panama City is way too far.
Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna be able to do it.
It's like
We're
an
not-
8-hour
yeah,
drive
we
or a
can't do it.
9-hour drive.
You want to go to the Glen and see if we can find some milk?
Do they have Senior Frogs and International Drive still open?
Perfect.
They have Senior Citizen Frogs.
Oh, that's fun. Senior Citizen Frogs. That's
Didn't they
a fun-
have Senior Frogs in Lake Mary?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it
They
was
have one on
Carlos. And, it was
iDrive.
Carlos and Charlie's.
Oh, Carlos and Charles.
Is it still there?
Probably not. They all go out of business. I got some.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm so hungover.
Oh, really?
That was really, really bad.
Yeah,
I slept
okay.
on the beach all night.
Yeah,
I slept on.
yeah,
I
yeah.
slept at a lifeguard stand.
Yeah. That's what you do in spring break, bro.
I got some.
Okay.
Hey, I've been meaning to talk to you something.
Okay, what?
Don't ever call me bro. You called me bro in the last show. I don't want you to have.
I like calling people bro.
No more bro.
No, come on. That's the only thing I got. I'm white.
I'm white.
How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 2 more.
And then the Monday could be generic since it's out of that. All right. Hey, I got something.
2.
Hey, I think I got something from our spring break trip.
Oh, you mean herpes?
Well, it's not that because I know what that is, but it's something like chlamydia or something.
Gonorrhea.
Yeah. What is that?
And then the last one is
Monday.
I got some.
Yeah.
I am so glad to be home.
Okay. Yeah.
Finally here,
it's
back in this.
normal.
Oh, this is good. No more drinking for me ever.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
All right, now let me do this part.
Check. Hey. There we go. Check. Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan take your voicemails and they talk about the video game Hogwarts Legacy. And here they are. The Revelio. And that's the only spell I know of radio. Tom and Dan. That is the only spell I can remember. All right. Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan, and mostly Dan, wants to hear some impalement stories for whatever reason. Because I don't know, that's disgusting. And here they are. The Cheerios and Rice Krispies of radio. Tom and Dan. Okay. Check. Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan and Sam investigate the pill that'll stop you from drinking. And here they are. The Bud Light and Bud Heavy of radio. Tom and Dan. Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan make a bet over the Indian Crow King. If you don't know what that is, then I don't know. And here they are. The 2% and skim milk of radio. Tom and Dan. Check. Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan take your voicemail messages and they welcome Kenny Samson from the Two Moves podcast to the program. And here they are. The flannel and velvet of radio. Tom and Dan. Tonight on a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Tom and Dan dig into white trash weddings. And here they are. The bongos and congos of radio. Tom and Dan.
All right. Let's save some files. Everybody clap your hands. Well, it's a voice modulation. You know, it's just a what is it? A TC Helicon voice tone pedal. It's the same pedal, incidentally, that I used to do the vocoder for the ex-girlfriend song. To do what do you call it? What do they call that shit? Autotune. Yeah, it's just an auto-tune pedal. So you can like talk into it. What's up, Kenny? You can talk. Hold on.
Talk. Hey, what's up? It's me, Dad. Hey, what's up? It's me, Dad.
It's like that. It's just like a little pedal.
I was wondering what you were doing, and then I was like, oh yeah, doing the preview stuff.
What's up, buddy? How are you? I'm putting together these real fast. This will just take a second. I apologize.
No, I'm early, so do what you gotta
I'm
do.
glad you're early, buddy.
Tom gave me the Fish Care 101.
Oh, we don't know what we're doing.
Still got an education in fish care.
You got some words thrown at you.
Wait. Oh, okay. I thought that was a haunted mansion.
It's
but
supposed to look like
yeah,
it,
but I saw that. I was like, what the hell?
Alright. I just got to dump these files real fast. And
Did you see the new Universal branding?
I didn't.
Yeah, Universal rebranded. They're no longer like Parks and Entertainment. They're like Universal Experience, but then they like redid the City Walk logo. It's not like a drop.
We're not a theme park. We're an experience. Sorry, Sam. I'm going to turn the mic on. We're an experience. That doesn't sound pompous.
Like it's not as, no pun intended, like epic as the other logos.
Gotcha.
Destinations and experiences.
Yeah, there it is. How was the Nona Steakhouse thing?
It was good. It was
Yeah?
really good. I was being both oogled by old men and getting dirty looks from old women.
So a typical Wednesday night.
It was the old Instagram, those are some nice looking burger scenario.
Just put all these intros in real fast.
Wait, can you move? I'm headphone.
There's
too,
some
right?
down there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
We just like to confuse
No, I literally
everybody every
looked-
time they come
For some
in.
reason, I'm thinking it was like on the couch, and I was like, well, that's just stupid.
You know what? I don't come to your studio and say that your stuff's stupid, Kenneth.
No, I'm saying I am the stupid one in this scenario.
You know what? I take everything as a
That I agree with. You are a fucking moron.
You fucking idiot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm almost done.
Oh, not a story for on air.
But you're
'cause
on
it's just,
air. You're on air.
Well, it's a quick thing. I've totally done the fake voice before, but I did it for like I was like, "Hello, yes, okay,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can totally give you my credit card number." And it was just-
It makes me so mad.
but then it made me feel like I needed to do some like Foley work in the background, like pretend to stomp.
I thought
and
you were
walk
talking about like the War of the Roses thing.
No.
I saw a new one on TikTok where instead of like somebody cheating on somebody, this woman broke up with her boyfriend because she found out he murdered somebody and she didn't want to narc on him. But then, of course, the radio calls her and she's like, I don't want to talk about it. And then eventually she's like,
was their last
he
name
killed
Murdoch?
somebody. No. And I was like, man, this is bad.
Have we done Friday?
No.
We haven't.
Not the 17th. We did the
Okay,
10th.
that's why I'm like, where the fuck is this folder? Okay, that makes sense. Let me just make a new one then.
Oh, y'all going on vacay?
Mm-hmm. So this will
Oh,
air.
spring break.
This will air on next Friday.
Got it.
Yeah. It's St. Patrick's Day.
Good old spring break. Does anyone actually do the pinch anymore if you don't wear green?
Yeah,
Like, is that
old
actually a
people do.
thing?
Old people do it.
That's assault.
Because, like, the younger generations, they're just drinking. I don't think they're caring about the green or the
No.
pinching.
They'll wear green, but
Well, they'll wear it. I just meant,
Yeah.
like, they won't shit on you for not wearing green.
Have we done the Monday? The
20th, yeah.
20th. Okay. Cool. Kill. This is my last one then.
I was just imagining some boss pinching their employee, just pinching their love handles, like, beep, beep. Like, oh, that weren't great. That's how how creepy it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tom's like, this is giving me a good idea.
I was just like, yeah, a little pinchy.
Ew, that's the creepiest thing you've ever done.
It's a little pinchy. Why did you say it as a Moroccan bazaar owner?
Just
a little pinchy.
Creepy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You are. Did you know you were as creepy as you have become?
That's what happens when you turn 40.
Yeah,
Turn into a creepy old man.
Yeah. It's all down here from here.
All down hair from
Yeah, boy.
He doesn't have any hair down there.
No, he shaves it. You know that.
It comes back fast.
All right. Get it lasered off.
Yeah, you should.
No.
Get lasered off
Too
and then
embarrassed for that.
do it for a radio bit, but then as the camera's on it, have someone else put their head right in front of the camera. I don't think anyone's done that before.
I remember that.
Why did my brain go to that?
I have no idea what you're talking
I don't either.
Seriously?
So you go. They were. Who was
Tiffany.
doing
It was Tiffany getting
yeah.
it, and
she was getting it done. And then as they pan to see her where her pussy is, it'd be like your face.
yeah.
Hello. Like,
And I think the whole thing was Tom's like, I can't do this to her. I can't expose
Wait a
her
minute.
like this.
You saw her.
oh,
you were
many
there?
times. Many times. We've
No,
seen it.
I've never seen it.
I saw it. I
see
saw it on Sushi Day.
No, come on. How,
Okay.
Yeah,
I just chalked it
I
up
don't know
to.
whether I'm supposed to be real or not. You're fucking with me. Stop fucking with me.
I just chalked it up to a wacky radio bit. Like none of it's real.
Oh, I don't have Kenneth's. Oh my God! I got your camera. All
that's CTE that I can't remember that.
Oh, I can remember. You have to be. I can remember every naked woman I've ever seen.
But it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't real.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't
I don't
sound
remember that.
forced at all.
Not real at all.
I mean, it was.
I remember the old hot air balloon. You remember that one?
China. I know. Yeah, they're
No.
flying it over this, fucking looking at us.
I thought you were talking about Balloon Boy. My son.
God, I miss a good old balloon boy. Oh, I started watching the very first episode of Wife Swap last night before I went to bed because I wanted to just throw.
the early ones
yeah,
are great
I
because
just
they're racist.
wanted to throw
Yes.
something stupid
Yeah.
on, and I was like,
The early ones
Let's
are
go back
great
to
because you got the racist
2004.
couples. You have that little kid that loves the bacon who's cussing out the black lady. He's like, I want my bacon. She took away my bacon. And she ain't talking right. I don't want her to live here no more. That little fucking
man,
punk
it's
of a
so
kid.
bad, it's good.
Kick that kid down a well.
And then the early seasons too, it's like this mom was borderline abusive. Like she wanted to strike the
Oh, there were
child.
tons of abusive
Yeah,
parents.
Oh, it was and all the racists.
Hoarders. Oh,
Did any of them ever cheat?
Oh, for sure.
Did any of them ever swap? And then the
They
dad
stayed swapped.
Yeah, he's like, you're better looking than my racist fat wife.
But
so
I don't think they actually slept there. Like it was just they pretended to, and then they probably
I
went
think they
back.
did in the beginning.
Then they get real.
I think the first season,
Yeah.
they're like, hey, you're actually gonna sleep.
I don't think you had to sleep in the same bed,
Yeah.
but you slept at the house.
DJ Axis 80 is saying, did you watch the episode with Corey Feldman and Tommy Davidson?
I did back in the day, but I don't remember.
Both of those people we have had contact with. We've had Tommy
Yeah.
Davidson
Nice.
on the show. We've had Corey Feldman. You signed your wedding.
That was Celebrity Wife Swap. That was good,
but,
too.
But that one, yeah, I could see where that one would go creepy.
Did Corey Feldman have a wife at one time?
He does. He has one right now.
Oh,
it's one of
does
his
it?
angels.
Yeah,
it's
it's one
like
of
a
his
keyboard
angels.
player. Something.
Is it the same one as the one
I think
from
so,
back then?
yeah. I
Okay.
think they've been together a minute. No. I think you're right. I think this is when he had the dark-haired crazy girl.
Okay. Yeah, because he is nuts.
Yeah, he is nuts.
He's been married 3 times.
Funny enough, I was talking to my coworkers about in like early 2000s, there was a dating show called Play It Straight, where it was like The Bachelorette. 1 female contestant, 14 dudes, but half of the dudes were gay. And if she eliminated them, if she ended up picking the dude that was gay,
This is
the guy
gay
would,
version of F-Boy Island.
yeah, pretty much. But oh yeah, I was gonna say that's for later. But yeah, whatchamacallit, if she ended up picking the gay guy would win all of the prize money, and then if she ended up picking a straight guy, they would split the money.
The straight up F-Boy Island. That's
Yeah.
how they do it, yeah.
It got canceled after like 3 episodes because it was grossly offensive. 'Cause it was, yeah.
Oh, man. Where do I find that?
Grossly offensive.
I feel like
Because
I
it
don't
was
know.
the early 2000s, so it was one of those foxes.
The
like
early
but-
2000s were so
It's
terrible,
like, but
man.
secretly, half of them are gay. Yeah.
Now, we need to talk to Brendan about this. I wonder if it's easier to pretend that you're gay or to pretend you're straight.
That's true, because I actually think there was, in talks after this show was released, okay, what if you did it reverse, where it was a gay bachelor, but half of them were straight, trying to convince the gay person that they were gay.
I think that's more offensive because then you're going to go on stereotypes.
Yeah. Well, it's all on stereotypes.
Yeah.
Stereotypes
Yeah.
are super
That's
entertaining.
TV. Yeah, they are. They're funny to watch. You know?
Yeah, but
The ones that I like that aren't stereotypes are the unfortunates. I love me. I was watching 600-Pound Sisters or 1,000-Pound Sisters. I was watching that last night. You ever watch that? The
No.
1,000-Pound Sisters?
no.
Oh my God! And they're just like these hillbilly big girls.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're over. They're. I mean, they're giant.
Hold on, I think I have seen.
Damn, this Playing It Straight was canceled after 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Not even a season.
You got it right. I appreciate your attention to detail.
Yeah.
You should tell EJ.
What year?
tighten that up a
Exactly.
little bit.
2004.
But
2004. Anything goes.
Same as Wife Swap was
Yeah,
2004
I
when
was-
it started.
I was
That's
watching it
anything
last
goes.
night, and they were in a room. Like a doctor was meeting with these 2 sisters, and they both had oxygen masks on, and they're humongous. And the doctor's like, "I'm gonna get you ready to go on your trip." And the one girl's like they're like hillbilly people, so she's like, "Give me oxygen, I can't let you go back." Yeah, like they're like, yeah,
man.
exactly. It's real rough. It's a rough watch. And then she's like, "They're gonna put me in a thong bikini." And the other sister's like, "Oh, you want no thong bikinis? That's disgusting." And then the grandpa like, "Oh, that's what they do. They do the thong bikini." And, it's so good. God, it's good.
It reminds me, there was a Dr. Phil episode with a morbidly obese person, and she was like trying to convince her family. It's like, I only had like 5 celery sticks and, a salad yesterday. And she was like hardcore. And Dr. Phil's like, well, we have a security camera from your Ring doorbell, and here's 3 pizza deliveries and 2
why is he
burger
doing
deliveries.
that? Why is he blowing up his Fuck that
Dr.
guy.
Phil's a piece
Fuck
of
you,
shit.
Phil.
He's not even a doctor.
Leave that lady alone. She wants to order a pizza. It's a goddamn America.
Well,
Fuck you, Phil.
The whole thing is like trying
Let's
to
start
lose
calling
weight.
it Fuck You, Phil.
let her live. Let her live. And celery,
I think letting her live is letting her die.
No.
What?
Nothing matters.
They're gonna make me wear 3 bikini.
I have that tattoo. Just letting her live is letting her die.
Let her die.
I was going to say, that actually sounds like a 2008
Let the
emo.
tears roll down like rain. Let her bleed. It eases all the pain. Let her go. I was playing Hootie and the Blowfish for Maisie yesterday, and Maisie's like, "This is terrible." Me and Andrew are singing at the top of our lungs. We're like, "Let her be." All right.
All right.
You ready to go, buddy?
Sure.
Why don't you begin? Where's this go?
Friday the 17th.
All right, here we go. 3, 2.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
What are you supposed to be? That
sounds Italian. I don't know.
Fight.
I wanted to yell.
What the hell just happened?
We're doing the drink fight. You
yeah.
got the email. Tom sent out an email with all the lyrics of the drink fight song, and you screwed it all up.
I was about to ay ay ay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Nobody cares. They're very similar, right? That's Italian.
I found that Irish people don't get offended by anything.
If you want a good case study,
dumb.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out is, I think, a good cross section of, hey, here's every stereotype known to man.
Yeah. Especially the version that has, never mind. I can't even talk about it. Where he's running after the bike. Never mind.
I'm glad you brought up Mike Tyson because I was like, I figured out a fight that I'd love to watch.
You figured?
Jake Paul fights Mike Tyson when Mike Tyson turns 60. I think he's 56.
Are they going to do that?
No.
You just created something you'd like to see.
Because I was trying to think of where does this go or whatever, and I think like in 4 years, if Jake Paul takes it serious and trains for 4 more years and then fights a 60-year-old Mike Tyson, I'd watch
is that.
that.
Really doing anything at that point?
It was just entertainment, but who wouldn't watch? I'd watch that because I think Mike Tyson still can punch hard as ass.
There's videos that show that his PSI or whatever his punch is like still insanely dangerous.
Yeah, but
I think that he could. I think a 60-year-old Mike Tyson could beat up Jake Paul.
I do too, but look at age. I mean, there is like you're slower, and then Mike Tyson hasn't actually probably trained in a while. Although if he knew the fight was coming up, it would have to be a thing where he didn't know the fight was coming, and then Jake Paul's been training the whole time, and then let him fight. The problem is you get Mike Tyson back in training for 3 months, and then I think he's dangerous again, and then he kills Jake Paul, but maybe not. He's 60. Like. You can't run from time. Like 60-year-old Mike Tyson is slower and may not be able to.
But if he
fight
gets
anymore,
one on you, if he can land one on you,
well, that's what I want to
and
watch.
I think he can land one on you.
Like I'd pay-per-view that for sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't see any other fights that he's doing. Like I didn't care about the Tommy Fury fight, but old Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people would. Anyway, Kenny Sampson's here.
Hey, what's up, Kenny? How you doing, buddy?
So I pulled a little bit of Tom Van in terms of the awkwardness. So I was in Toronto, Canada last month.
Lovely city. The women there are.
I need to go to Toronto or
Me too.
Vancouver.
Let's do a go-to.
Yeah,
I find the women in Toronto to be so loving.
Vancouver is a bit different compared to, like, Toronto is way more closer to, like, New York City and Chicago than Vancouver is, but a lot of homeless people in Toronto, which was surprising. And did the thing. So a homeless person comes up to me and it's like, oh, do you have any money? I legit didn't have any money.
You have any money, eh?
And then she goes, can you check? And so I had
That's
to.
That's a very Canadian thing to say.
And
like that she didn't believe you. That she's calling you.
She
a
didn't
liar.
believe me. So then I did. I was like, oh my god, I'm channeling my inner Tom Van. I pull out my wallet and I like opened it to show her. See, nothing in here. I'm not lying.
Yeah, that's right. I've done that before.
Yeah. He does. I've seen him walking to Big Belly Brewery. I've seen him do that to a homeless man. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't have it out in front of him.
And then like, what am I supposed to do? Turn my pockets inside out like in Monopoly?
That's what Charlie Chaplin does. You turn your pockets inside out. You're like, no money. That's what a mime would do.
But they're very aggressive because they have streetcars there, and she ended up stopping in front of a streetcar and just standing there like demanding to get on the bus because she didn't have any money to get on there, and she just stood there, and because they're nice Canadians, like the guy just sat there and didn't move. But in the States he would be slowly nudging push her forward.
Yeah.
But she just stood in front of it, and the guy was just politely like, oh, I'm just
I've always wanted to have that move where somebody is in front of my car and I'm forced to drive over them. I've always wanted that. I've never been in that position before, but there have been a couple positions, and Sam and I have both shared a hatred for when homeless people get aggressive and then they get either in front of or on the side of your window. Like, I mean, the only thing separating me from this man's breath is the glass in my car, and I've always wanted to drive over that person.
You would think that there would be less homeless in Canada because the winter would freeze them out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I can understand the Key West.
You mean kill them?
like birds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why there's so many homeless on the beach. It's like you could be homeless 365 days a year. It's fine.
Melissa in our Twitch chat room says that a homeless guy in San Francisco smacked her in the back of the head.
Oh my
I
God.
should not have laughed at that.
Well, it was weird. And so I guess even though the stereotype for Canadians are super nice, super, chill.
They are.
The homeless people were super aggressive. I was in
Americans.
I was in a hole-in-the-wall restaurant, and it's one of those where they have a tip box, but the tip box is in a case, so you can't just reach your hand in there.
Like the thermostat at the radio station. I'm familiar.
But so a homeless guy comes in and grabs the tip jar and then just smashes it, and glass just flies everywhere.
Smart.
And the guy, he grabs the money and walks out, and the manager's like, don't engage, just let him be.
That's you. That's like you. I want to beat this man to death with a baseball bat.
But
Tom's like, calm.
Yeah,
calm. You'll ruin your company if you kill him.
Yeah, there was glass everywhere, so I get it in terms of, hey, don't try to fight. You're gonna get cut up. You're gonna get whatever.
You wrap your hand in a towel. You pick up one of those pieces of glass and you slit that man's throat.
Or you do the kickboxer where you take tape and you put it backwards on your hand so that you
dip your hands in honey.
Death wish.
You dip your hands in honey, and then you dip your honey hands into broken glass.
Blood sport.
Blood sport.
What was the blood?
Death wish.
I thought it was
Death wish was old Charles Bronson. Good Lord. Have you been watching movies in your garage again? But you have, haven't you? Been hiding in your garage, drinking White Claws and watching Charles Bronson movies.
So what'd you do in Canada?
Just vacation. I've never been there.
Horse? You get some horse? You go to these strip clubs? Strip clubs, dude. They got the best strip clubs.
So
fully nude.
But what's crazy is they don't have dollar bills. The 5 is the lowest denomination, so they have dollar coins and $2 coins.
Loonies and toonies.
Yeah, you guys all know. So some of the strip clubs, you exchange your money for basically fun money bills.
Yes.
Because you don't want to just give them 5s all the time. So if you want to give them 1s, you have fake $1 bills that you exchange your money for.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
I wonder if you could counterfeit those, and that would be illegal.
It absolutely is. In fact, it's crazy that you're talking about this. Our friend Tizzy, who's massive on TikTok, just talked about this in one of his videos where guys are going to these party stores and getting bills that look fake because they still sort of look like money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is stealing. You will get arrested for it. You cannot do it. And that is a scam that guys are doing in these strip clubs where they're going and bringing the party money in. And it's even advertised as go and use the money. The strippers won't even know. And then he stops the video and he's like, you can't do that. You'll be arrested if you do that.
Because it's like robbing from them.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Interesting.
Smart. It's super smart.
Although they probably, if you can counterfeit good enough, they wouldn't even know until later on, right? Or if it's good enough.
Well, and the lights are probably dim. They're strobing. That's all over the ground. Yeah. And I will say, the awkward strip club dance, and then when they are done, and then they have to awkwardly grovel on their knees and sweep up all the money.
That's my
and,
favorite part when they're grabbing their money.
And it's so weird.
Get a busboy to do that. I agree.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Too good
he's gonna want his cut. I get my own money.
And then get her some sort of Roomba or something, don't let the actual dancer do it.
Roomba.
Get the DJ out of the booth. You don't even need him.
Well, and especially because, you want the next performer to start, and it's like, oh, okay, next performer. Oh, no, I have to wait 30 seconds while we sweep up and
you're
clean.
at a small joint. Normally, they run 2 stages where you got one stage is cleaning while the other one's going on. Look, you got to have a workflow in there, my favorite strip clubs are the ones that are made where they have 2 catwalks, one on the right side, one on the left side. DJ's in the center, right?
Okay.
Bars in the back, behind me. The DJ's running it, and he's pointing left and right. And you got girls going on center stage. You got a girl right stage, left stage. You got them coming out, and you got.
He's the grand conductor.
Come on, this is I've always wanted to be a strip club DJ. Always.
So it's easy because you just cut the songs by 45 seconds each, so you can get the next one.
18 and life you got.
That's one.
Pour some shit. All right. Next dancer.
All right.
Going back to you guys, every time you interview Bill Bellamy, you guys always rave about the fact that he still looks amazing for his age.
Yes.
And he'll never age. Saw a trailer yesterday. He's going to be in a movie where he plays a male stripper.
Really?
It's a comedy. It's one of those where a bunch Wesley Snipes and him and a couple other people.
Is that just because the Magic Mike franchise is wrapping up?
I think so. And it's
He's
one of
hitting
those.
the market.
It's one of those. They're like all 30 years past their prime, and they want to do like one final show back in their stripper days.
Oh, like middle-aged
Yeah,
stripper
exactly.
dads.
This is Wild Hogs. I've seen this.
Yeah, except Bill Bellamy still looks amazing. Like
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
looks. It's
It takes
unfair
away-
to cast
Yeah.
him.
It takes
You got,
away
like-
from it when
you got Burt Kreischer. You got
well, it's like in movies when they portray like this is the hot girl, this is the nerd, but the nerd is just another hot girl with glasses and put her hair up in a bun.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that girl is smoking hot.
And if you're a guy like me
She's all that.
and you like girls that wear glasses, like I look at the nerd, I'm like, well, she's smoking hot already. Like,
Yeah,
perfect. Needs nothing.
Yeah. So it's like you're Bill Bellamy. You're trying to portray a middle-aged dad one more time, and it's like, but you look young still. You look great. So it takes away from it. You needed to cast someone. I'm trying to think of like
Cedric the Entertainer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Super funny, but doesn't necessarily have the body. Although Cedric the Entertainer and what is his name? Anthony Anderson are starting their own. You can look this up, Sam. They're starting their own massive barbecue brand, and I guess they're doing a show about it.
No.
Nice.
Faison Love is one of the people in this.
Oh,
movie.
he's funny.
Yeah, or Daryl from The Office. So
Craig Robertson.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Like that'd be perfect. Like a comedian, he's bigger, and then he like
Some guys are real weird about taking the shirt off if they're a little doughy, dude.
Well, if it's a comedy,
Faison Love.
Some people don't want to be nude the entire time.
That's true. Faison Love doesn't care because in the
No.
trailer he's just ripping off his shirt
Oh,
every
yeah.
chance he gets.
Yeah. I don't think he's ever cared. But
Well-
some guys are real weird about it.
There's for years it's been funny if you are a fat guy and you wear some sort of thong or tiny bikini.
You
Burt
know who-
Kreischer's been doing it for forever. So
You know who
based his whole
does
career
it?
on it.
You know who does it well, but it's weird because his belly is so tight. Is Jack Black? Is
Jack Black, yeah.
forever wearing a tiny American Speedo, or he'll wear a full Spider-Man outfit, right?
Yeah.
Like, but his belly is so tight that it makes me like want to pause the video and write him and be like, dude, you need to go to the doctor. Or something.
Yeah.
Your belly's too tight. It's not supposed to be that tight.
Have you seen like current Tenacious D? They've been playing a lot lately or
Yeah.
whatever. Both of those guys are big.
Big.
Yeah.
They're big.
Like you shouldn't be that big and that old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're in
Right.
your 50s. You need to start dialing down.
Dialing down. Yeah.
Like you can't carry that much weight.
And it's not even the weight; it's how it's tight.
it's
Look
tight.
at his belly, and I like Jack Black. I'm one of the few people that still likes the guy, even though he annoyed. It was like he came in hot, and then he annoyed everybody away. But if you look at his belly, it's like
Yeah.
like it's just gonna go ka-koom
Yeah,
one day and blow up.
I think it's that hard, compact, hard fat that's
Yeah.
bad for your heart.
Well, you can
Like,
take stuff like that though, and it like scrapes your insides, and then you poop out all the bad stuff. They say that when John Wayne died, wasn't there like 70 pounds of undigested Duke?
What?
Yes, look it up. 70 pounds of undigested Dukes just stuck inside of him. That's why he was called the Duke. Everyone knows that.
So while she looks that up, I'm going to complain a little bit about societal norms.
Oh, Tom always does that.
Yep. So as a guy, if you're skinny, shirt off, cool, totally fine. If you're like morbidly obese, shirt off, everyone's like, that's acceptable. That's
All
fine.
right. He likes to party.
Yeah, but if you're in the middle, ew, gross. It's just like a weird bell curve that if you're just a little bit overweight or you got like a pot belly or whatever, it's like, oh, you're disgusting.
Yeah.
But then if you gain 100 more pounds, all right. it's
Yeah,
fine.
you're right.
Totally
You're right.
fine.
The key is to make that belly tight. You know, so,
Maybe that is it.
yeah, when it's like flabby.
I've gained a little weight because I'm
gotta
not
make it
riding
tight.
my Peloton because of my back. But the little gain in weight, it poofed out my flaps. I was getting flaps because I was losing too much weight from just doing cardio.
Yeah. You got to go hardcore, get big.
I don't think I can get
Jack
that round.
Black.
I don't think I can do a black round.
And I know a lot of people are like, oh, the dad bod. I'm like, yeah, but the dad bod's on one end of the curve because you're still like a little doughy, but you're not like weird blob here and there. Like the
Let's
dad
talk about
bod
the
is.
dad bod because people have effed out the dad bod in the fact that
Oh, there'll be guys that have muscles that are ripped. They'll be, look at that guy's dad bod. I'm like, what the hell are you
like-
talking about?
Or they'll be like, you know, those before and after hydro cut, hydroxy, whatever. It's like
That guy was a big MFer in the first
yeah,
photo.
it's like dudes that are workout dudes that gain weight for the,
Yeah,
and then
they
they
get
just
puffy.
and
Yeah.
then they just cut it or whatever. So they're calling those dad bods. It's like no,
That's
that
not a dad
guy
bod.
is a 5 day a week
Yeah.
workout for 5
Yeah.
years body.
yeah, he's a muscle man.
And he put on weight, and then he'll cut it down. It's like that's not a dad bod. Like a dad bod is like do you even work out as a dad bod? I thought maybe you work out a little bit. or
No,
something
dad
like that.
bod is supposed to be you work so hard at your job and drink so much that you have a gut flap and you're strong.
Okay.
That's a dad bod. You
It's a
don't work
gut-
out, you work, you go to work.
Yeah.
Or is one of those you
Working
have
out's for gay guys. That's what dad bod is.
Okay.
Yeah, so or it's like you have kids, so you can't work out anymore because you're taking care of the kids, and it's more of like,
Yeah.
oh, look how sweet he is. He's taking care of kids. It's okay if he's got a little
Yeah,
belly.
he's still strong. He's got the belly from good living.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
like Burt Kreischer's got a
That's
dad
a dad
bod.
bod, yeah.
It's
But
big.
somewhere
tight.
along the line, that became fat. It used
Yeah.
to be dad bod. It's not now.
Yeah, because people started like.
Yeah.
It
now
turns
they
out.
look at him like you're a disgusting fat slob. I'm like, he didn't used to be. He used to be dad bod.
Yeah.
You guys are you guys are moving the goalposts. They do it with women all the time. It's just our taste of it, right?
Yeah.
As men, like women get like the goalposts for what is considered beautiful moved daily.
Yeah. Like they call like a plus shape model, and then I'm like, that chick is smoking hot,
Yeah.
fit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
that's the worst
she's,
one.
She's
But-
not anorexic,
or they'll
skinny.
go, yeah. Or they'll say overweight, and I'm like, well, I like that.
Plus size.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
But like she is fit. Her belly is tight. Like you know, she's a fit
And it's like
22-year-old.
the perfect hourglass figure, and it's like she's obese
Right,
and
yeah.
a model, and I'm like, no.
I don't listen to any of that
they're
anymore.
plus size. Yeah,
Just be who you are.
You know.
So what I wanted to talk about,
Yeah.
I teased it the last time I was here, and this is true professional radio here. You tease it. I wanted to talk about failed promotional bits, and I teased the Cleveland Balloon Fest. It was known as Balloon Fest 86, and long story short of it is that they wanted to set a Guinness World Record by releasing like 1.5 million balloons in Cleveland, like in 1986. And the first video is more happy. You don't have to play the audio for it, but it's happy. It's like, oh, look, we're filling balloons, and they had like a net to hold it all in, and then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, let's let them go, and then like a plume of balloons float in the air, and it was going to be a whole thing. Yeah, look at them. They're all having fun. They're filling up some balloons. Like there's families there. It's like a whole ordeal. So they wanted to do it as to one, set a world record, and then maybe raise money for charity because they were doing it's like,
Oh my God, that's a lot of balloons.
That looks like an alien spaceship. Hold on.
1.5 million.
Yeah.
It's really cool looking.
I like. This is why I like the 80s, because no one ever in this whole promotion
What
said
about
like
the animals?
or just said, "Hey, we're
This
just
could be a problem.
we're just littering in the sky. We're just
Yep.
releasing millions
Plastic.
of rubber balloons into the sky, and then saying like, see you later. Like this will eventually
Not
litter.
my problem.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
looks
It's like
pretty.
throwing your beer bottles in the ocean.
Yeah, so and you can fast forward again. Look how many people there are out there. They're
Dude,
like,
that
yeah,
is so
they're
cool.
participating.
You
it's
know,
whatever.
we need to start doing stuff like this again because this is
can't.
way more impressive
Yeah.
than any animal I've
and
ever
they have
seen.
a giant net to kind of hold it all in, so that way they can do the 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
go.
there's
Like,
a
look,
granny's
yeah.
dancing.
Yeah, look at how they.
Oh my
so
God,
they
it's
release
a-
it. They
Oh,
release
wow.
it in the sky. It's like a plume of.
Dude, this
of-
is awesome.
Yeah.
It's so much better than animals.
Well, so it backfired severely for exactly what Tom was talking about, where you are just littering in the sky. So the second video, you can't play the audio. The guy describes the horrors that came from it.
What's up with this music?
It's the 80s. This is our childhood.
Kenny, I've given you a lot of compliments, and you already know I love you, but this is the greatest gift you've ever brought to the show. This is fantastic.
These morons raised us. They're like, let's just release the balloons in
So-
the sky.
Do I start from where you...
Yeah, this is a news report.
Who could have ever foreseen this being a problem? Like, I feel like it's so blatantly obvious that you shouldn't do this, that everybody
But did you see that dancing granny? Did you see how happy she was?
No one said, hey, where are these going to land? There's a lot of trash we just released into the sky. This is going to be a problem. No one
It's
said
the
that.
same thing that
No
I don't.
one.
It's the same thing I don't think about when I'm pouring motor oil on a plant. I'm just like, where does it go? Nobody knows. Would
Yeah,
you like
well,
to, let's see.
yeah,
this
let's
one.
listen to
All right.
what happens.
This is from the news report. Thank you.
Down. Those balloons, all 1.5 million of them, came down all over the place and caused an absolute mess. Beyond the mess, the balloons caused a runway to shut down at the local airport. Balloons landed in a pasture in nearby Medina, Ohio, and caused permanent damage to one woman's prized Arabian horses. So many balloons covered up the surface of Lake Erie that the Coast Guard had to call off a search and rescue mission for 2 fishermen who had been reported missing earlier in the day. They couldn't see through the blanket of balloons to make any attempt at finding the missing men. Days later, the fishermen's bodies washed ashore. The wife of one of the fishermen sued the United Way of Cleveland and the company that organized Balloon Fest for $3.2 million. She later settled on undisclosed terms. In the
Yeah.
end,
So-
Hold on a
Balloon Fest did
second.
more-
I don't. How do you prove that these balloons killed the? Nah, you don't think you can prove that?
Well, they couldn't. They're like, there's balloons everywhere. I can't
Well,
see anywhere.
that's just luck.
It
That's
all
just-
looks like heads.
Yeah,
And they're all multicolored, so
well-
like if the fishermen were wearing any color, you don't know if that was them or
Hey,
the
joke's
balloons.
on you, dumb fisherman. The balloons are floating. Grab onto them and you won't die.
Could you imagine the environmental disaster like it just caused in the lake? Like
Yeah.
all those balloons, they could turn it like they popped eventually, and that rubber fish ate them, killed so many.
Oh,
like,
yeah. So
it's
many
just-
fish. And then other things eat the fish, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
cycle just continues.
But I love the fact it shut down one of the runways at the airport. The planes were like, well, we can't do anything because we can't fly. There's balloons everywhere.
So okay, let's talk about how this happens because
I mean, Tom and Dan Balloon Fest.
So I
24.
I understand
2024.
that someone just comes up with a marketing idea and then sells it and everyone's like, yay! But then
Yay, hooray!
That is actual audio from the meeting.
And then, but they start. It took them days and days to fill these balloons, right? During the filling process, when people start seeing the scope of this, right, in the
You
net,
look like a spaceship.
like no adult anywhere around the city.
They did what you do. They're like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. The same thing you told me when I said, hey, one of these wrestlers has sexual abuse charges. You're like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just if you don't talk about it.
They mentioned the lady suing.
And I'm like, all right, I got to decide the
For
way.
that reason, releasing millions of them into the city.
Well, they mentioned one of the ladies suing the United Way, and the reason is the United Way is like, we'll stick our name to this. Let's do it, make it a charity thing. And the United Way presents Balloon Fest 86.
Yeah, like it's
Well,
someone.
don't take out first of all, I think the lawsuit is unwarranted because if they put their name on it, they didn't. They weren't trying to kill the fishermen or anything. You know what I mean? Like I think that's screwed up.
Also,
that doesn't help the charity at all.
It for sure did way more damage than just cause some Arabian horse to get sick. Like for sure,
My Arabian horse has diarrhea.
thousands of animals ate these things and died. Right?
yeah.
Thousands.
Somebody in the chat room said they thought it killed 87 whales. I said 87. Where do you get that number? Where do you get that
they
number?
wash up on shore.
No, but my point is like, 87 whales.
That immediately reminds me of when that whale washed ashore and it was
They
too
blew it up with
big.
dynamite.
So they blew it up with dynamite and then flaming whale blubber just
it
raining over the city.
cars.
So like this makes sense if this is like the Middle Ages. They have no idea what's going on. They think magic is real. You know, this is 1987.
Well, after seeing
Daniel
that,
was 13 years old. He's already started hammer-handed.
I would have been down there blowing up balloons like a madman. He looked like a spaceship.
Daniel is older than Tommy is right now.
Yeah, I was.
And so it's like, it ain't that long ago for no one to bring up the fact like, hey, all these things are going to litter the landscape with trash. How did someone not realize that? They must. Did they? Was it biodegradable balloons?
Well, is there such a thing as a biodegradable balloon?
Yeah, now they make them now, but
Well,
maybe
let's do
not in the
Tom and Dan
87.
No,
Balloon
dude, people
Fest.
didn't care about the environment in the 80s.
You know why we wouldn't do this now?
They said
They
a
were 30 years
little.
old.
price of helium is too high to do this now. There's
That's
no
true.
way people would do this
But
now.
not
That's,
even
that's
caring,
why there's a shortage, the Balloon Fest.
Probably.
Not even caring for the environment, but just even the impact of, hey, where are these going to go? Like they didn't even like.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Like these
Well,
will
maybe it
land.
was. Let's find out.
that's true.
You know.
But also anybody with 2 brain cells could think, well, we can kind of predict where they'll go because the wind is blowing that way.
I
so
think they're heading towards the Arabian horses.
So they're gonna go west,
Yeah.
and they're just gonna litter all of west of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it takes a genius to figure that out. It's like we will release these, they will get into the wind stream, and then they'll be carried west, and then just fall down all over the place west of
Here's
us.
some info from the actual YouTube video that Kenny linked to me. It says what makes this even more of a true Cleveland story is that it was supposed to break the world record for most simultaneous balloons launched at the same time, but the Guinness Book of World Records didn't recognize the event, so it didn't count at all.
All
You know
for
what?
nothing.
All
Well,
for
they were
nothing.
actually trying to beat the world record that was previously held by Disneyland because they released 1 million balloons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder how that was 1 million balloons in Disneyland must have been environmental disaster as
You-
well,
I-
right?
True.
You would think
Yeah,
so.
but Disney's got enough money to like.
They covered up all the horses.
Let's tuck those stories away. Yeah. I'll
Although,
pay you
okay,
that
so
report.
I get that you don't want to do like 1,000,001 because someone can easily then, well, not really easily. Yeah, why didn't you just do 1,000,001? Now that I'm talking it out, just like why add the
No, you gotta
extra
do a
500?
They actually were gonna try and do 2 million, and they were like, "Nah, we'll just do 1.5."
Oh yeah, they couldn't get enough
You
volunteers.
could do 1 million
Or
and
maybe they
like
started thinking about it. They're like, oh my God, this is a bad idea.
You know what? I'm really starting to not like Cleveland, and I apologize for everybody who lives there, but I think Cleveland sucks. Like
yeah,
because
Cleveland is awful.
didn't they also do like they were infamous for the beer night, the free beer night?
That was Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Same
Yeah.
thing.
So yeah,
Yeah, Cleveland,
It's
Chicago.
all up there.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
heard
yeah.
someone say this
Bunch of
before.
fools.
They're
but
all
that one,
assholes,
it was
right?
like they did nickel beer night, and then immediately after they did like disco demolition like rally, and then that's like they ended up setting everything on fire.
Yeah. I like a good riot though. I love a good balloon riot.
Yeah, well, that I can get because you didn't foresee. I mean, yeah, you get
Eh,
a
you
bunch of
kinda
people
did.
drunk, but
Yeah. Who's doing security? The Hell's Angels have it covered, sir.
Well,
All right. Well,
yeah.
we're good.
Now that is, bad planning, but still, this is you could plan exactly what's gonna happen. It was never gonna be fine. Like all the balloons weren't just gonna disappear.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
don't
they were
think they
gonna
got that
fall.
far. I think they got that far. I think they just like 2 million balloons. All right.
No one said what is gonna
No.
happen with them.
No. This is a drunkie the bear jumps Gravedigger scenario. Nobody cared. Nobody
And
got to the
That's what I'm
fourth
telling
step.
you, man.
Let me say this
He
to
doesn't
crap on.
believe that people get there to the fourth step, which is thinking of nothing, but they do every time. The fourth step, nothing is there.
How could you think of nothing?
To crap on Cleveland even more, I know there was a thread on like the BDM page about why they have to remove the caps on beers at bottles at arenas, and Cleveland was infamous for hurling glass bottles like that were full onto the field because they were upset at a missed call or whatever. So they ended up showering the football field with a bunch of beer bottles and pelting the referees and the opposing players.
You know
and
what I
stuff.
like about Cleveland football, though, is that it took me years and years and years to finally discover that their true mascot is a tiny little
tiny little
disgusting elf.
And it's like Brownie the Elf.
Yeah, Brownie the elf, which is really just a turd.
Listen to this from the LA Times from 1985 about the Disneyland balloon release. It says, if all goes according to schedule, 1,209,600 brightly colored 9-inch balloons will rise into the sky above Anaheim this afternoon. A tribute to Walt Disney and Disneyland by the community of Anaheim on the 30th anniversary of the happiest place on earth, this helium-filled flock will undoubtedly be a sight to make the spirits soar. Some people are wondering, however, what will happen when what went up comes down. Even as the evening news is replaying what's billed as the biggest balloon launch in history, might not be some unsuspecting local downwind of the Magic Kingdom find itself pelted by a gaily colored rain of latex. Quote, it's kind of a shame someone's always looking for the negative angle.
Yeah,
says the supervisor
I agree
of
with it.
publicity at Disneyland.
Yeah, I agree with that. You got, we're doing something good for you guys. Are releasing these balloons, and all you can talk about the goddamn whales and the Arabian horses.
Yeah, but you if you took
No environmental groups have contacted Disneyland with concerns about any potential litter problem, Flores said. And besides, he explained, the balloons being used are natural latex. They're 100% biodegradable.
Smoking is good for you.
But
It helps you digest.
They were projected to land somewhere over the Mojave Desert.
if you went to the desert and just took all those balloons unfilled and just started throwing them in the desert, like people are like, "What the hell?" They would be like, "You're crazy! This is illegal! You can't just throw your garbage on the floor."
Yeah, but you're not. That's not what they were doing. It was a balloon launch. This guy doesn't get it.
I want to imagine.
I'm so negative.
I want to imagine in Cleveland Balloon Fest, there's just one guy in charge, and someone's like, "Hey, Mike, why, don't you realize it's gonna litter everywhere?" And he's just like, "Get the F out of here!
Why you being so negative, bro?"
Nancy.
When asked, does he have any concerns about his artistic endeavors' effect on the environment? Quote, none whatsoever. Once the balloons are launched, they'll either go out to the ocean or the desert.
That's what you said.
I'm certain they'll never be seen again.
Yeah. They won't.
Once he launches, just like, well, see you later.
But
Yeah.
he's not wrong. He's
Out of sight,
talking
out of
about,
mind.
He's talking about him. He's like, as they go away, I will not. Yeah,
It's like, my job is done.
Yeah.
I organize this.
I agree with all of them.
Yeah, I do like there was a time where the ocean or desert
Yeah.
was considered no man's land.
Right.
it's the world's dump. Like, we'll just put any toxic waste we want. Like, just throw it in the ocean. It'll never be seen again.
I'll never forget. I had a friend of mine that had passed away that we went to a like a wake thing, and they were going to release balloons.
Yeah.
For this particular person, which I wasn't too keen on because it was sort of recent. It was like in the last 20 years, right?
Yeah. You're just releasing
litter.
litter.
And they're releasing balloons, but they released their balloons, but all their balloons went straight up into a tree. Every single one of them. At this park, because we're all at a park, and I was kind of like, yep, that's what happens.
Yeah. It's like you're on the cliff or the boat or whatever. You're throwing someone's ashes into the ocean, and then just the wind blows them back into everybody's faces. It's like, oh, you should have thought this out.
I do appreciate when it's like, oh, I want my ashes spread out, or like at a baseball stadium. So someone like ends up dumping it like in the toilet of a baseball stadium, and then it clogs like all the pipes and like completely ruins the plumbing.
But also that it's gonna flush the water out to the ocean. Like you need to dump it somewhere that it'll stay.
Oh, that's great. Well done. That's a Kenny. That's a good one. You need to bring us more disaster stories.
You got it.
That makes me think that my mom has told me for years she wants her ashes dumped at Toys R Us, which does not exist anymore.
Michael Jackson wanted that too.
Well, no, okay, so Toys R Us is now
a Hobby Lobby where the old Toys R Us just dump them there.
No, the Toys R Us is now like inside of Macy's, so like during Christmas time you'll have like a Toys R Us section. So I imagine you going inside of a Macy's.
Oh, man. Just put them in the toys.
Yeah.
I want a Viking funeral where they put me in a wooden casket,
Can I shoot
soak me
a-
out to sea,
yeah,
and then flaming arrow like 100 yards away.
Where do you want the arrow to land, though? I want
on the casket, and then I want to just like set out to sea,
Tom and I've
burst
talked about
into
this.
flames.
This never works out. You gotta make sure that thing's doused good, because what'll happen is you'll burn a little bit until you hit the water, and then the rest of your unburned body will just float down the the river.
It'll wash ashore, and you'll be half burnt, and then
you don't want that.
Like two kids fishing. Like, in the backyard
but then your
will find
white
it.
naked ass is exposed because that thing gets burned.
Then there's
only
two
the
kids
top
that are
burned.
fishing. They're poking your white naked ass. You're dead, but you're poking your ass with a stick. They're like, he's bloated. Poke his ass.
I want to imagine like you get an unskilled archer and they're just there for like 30 minutes trying to like launch this flaming arrows just missing.
Just get cremated like everybody else, or you just get on the ground.
Anything else, Kenny, you got?
TwoMoose.com, TOOMOOFS. We tasted the Pepsi Peeps collaboration. It was okay.
Did it taste like Pepsi?
It tasted, okay, so you know how Peeps have that crystallized sugar on the outside?
Yeah.
Yes.
It tasted more so like the crystallized sugar than it did the marshmallows. So it was like you took Pepsi and then you ate a handful of like crystal rock sugar.
Yeah.
Is it grainy or no? It just tastes like it.
But okay, well, it made it flat. Like it made it taste like it wasn't carbonated at all, which was very odd.
Yeah, they've lost their minds with the new flavors. The only one
they're like the new Oreo, where it's like they just do weird flavors.
The only
just to do
ones
it.
that always get it right to me, and it's just me, I'm a fan, is Diet Mountain Dew. The Mountain Dew flavors are always pretty darn good.
Well, so going back to the Oreos, I will. This is a hill I'll die on. Double stuffed Oreo is the limit. Any more stuffing in the Oreo is too much.
I've had a mega stuff.
It's
cream?
too much cream to cookie ratio because you see the ones that are like the gargantuan
Mega cream.
Yeah, mega stuff. And then when you bite into them, the cookies, they slide. They're not. It's
Don't like too much cream.
Yeah, the integrity of the cookie is all off. The ratio is whack.
Do they still dye like is it the Chicago River green for St. Patrick's Day? Do they still do that promotion?
Yeah, they still do. Which is weird because it dumps out into Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
So it's always weird that it just like dilutes Lake in there.
Do you see it like running into there and then?
Yeah, and it just fizzles. Now, according to them, it's like a vegetable-based dye, so it's totally fine. Doesn't like affect anyone.
That's what I say. No one really answers to say something.
Yeah. This is exactly what the balloon guy did, by the way. He's like, I think it's gonna be fine.
It's natural latex. It'll dissolve.
Natural latex. Sure.
Like they have. Okay, so if you do, I wanted to bring those water balloons on this past camping trip to do the water balloon slingshot again, like we used to do.
Your wife said no dogs, no water balloons.
Well, she brings up the fact
bring my Bible.
She's like, you're throwing these water balloons, and then the little piece of rubber is just sitting out there.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm pretty sure nowadays they make them all biodegradable.
I don't think they do.
And then she's like, yeah, that's what she said. And then I was like, yeah, probably right.
But you know what would be
forever?
helpful is if they didn't make the balloons like all these bright colors, like clown colors, if they
And
make
make it
them
green.
brown and green like grass and land, and then that way we can't see them.
So one of the modern Marvel inventions is the squid little water balloon fill, where you like fill one tube
Tom's
and
addicted to these.
and it fills
Well,
like
you
50
were.
balloons at
you
once.
used to be addicted to these, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I still buy them. My mom still buys them heavy. But until I started
Yeah.
looking at all the trash, it like the plastic squid thing,
Yeah,
all
what do
the
you do?
balloons.
You can't do anything with
Well,
it.
it's just like I'm creating a lot of just plastic trash
Yeah.
that I'm just dumping into the landfill. It's kind of gross. All for my kids. So
Oh my god. Cancer is getting him a little.
not to be that entertained by it. Like they're like, ah.
Yeah.
They're not like, yes. They're like, we threw the balloons. All right. And then
we
I'm
did it for you. We threw them just because,
Yeah.
because we knew you liked it.
Well, you could always give them to the NFL, and they can always do water balloon toss for the Pro
Dude,
Bowl.
making fun of that? You gonna make fun? You poking fun?
Of all the things, there has to be something more entertaining than that. It's stupid.
I thought it'd be cool to see them lift weights or something.
If they all don't want to get if they do that and get them hurt, they're gonna be sued. Their
I
agents
would
will
have
sue them.
rather seen them toss eggs than water balloons, because I think that would have been funnier just to like have eggs smashing on like Pro Bowl players.
A lot of them don't like being clowned. Culturally, those guys not the best sense of humor. Some are great, but some guys they don't like to be clowned.
Yeah.
Don't get egg on me, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously, though, I know guys that like literally
Yeah.
will kill you if you got egg on them.
Well, you grew up harder than we did. They're not jokey.
Yeah.
They're like, I saw murder.
I saw my uncle kill my mom. So you got egg on my jeans, and these are expensive, so I am going to kill you now.
Some of my favorite YouTube rabbit holes are when you try to prank like this hard ass dude, and like you'll try to jump scare him, and he just turns around and punches you right in the face.
One of the only ones that I've seen lately that I thought was real was when the dude comes up on the gang guy and he's throwing gang signs. It may be still fake, but then the gang guy like gets on him and takes his shirt off. And is standing over him like he's gonna start throwing down, and it wasn't as fun to watch. You know what I mean? Like it was like, this
took a tragic turn.
This isn't pranky.
Have you seen like the TikTok videos?
I don't watch TikTok.
Or
You have to tell me about them.
I'm just gonna start saying internet videos because like
Just say video.
Crystal erased TikTok. She's like, it's too
She
addicting.
took your TikTok, bro?
No, not mine.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm still addicted. But Crystal's
I'm
like,
with her.
she's like, I'm erasing TikTok. Too addictive. And then she watches Instagram reels
Same
and then
thing.
sends them to me. All I'm like, this is the exact same thing.
It's just 3 days late.
yeah. And I'm like,
it's grandma TikTok.
I'm seeing these Instagram reels on TikTok. It's the same videos.
Yeah.
Like, and then you're scrolling that. What the hell's the difference?
Same thing with YouTube Shorts. It's the exact same.
Yeah. It's all it is just tiny internet videos, and you scroll to the next one. It's
I
the
like that
same
voice
as.
that people are like, watch me go to Disneyland.
I appreciate.
I like all those voices.
I
It's like,
appreciate
what is
the
that?
robot voice more so than the over-modulated. It's like,
I like the ones that go like, watch me brush my teeth with baking soda. I love those voices. I'm like, let me watch.
What is it?
I don't know. It's like the voiceover thing. You type it in.
Yeah.
You should do one.
AI is getting
Riding
so much
the
better.
one wheel with my boys.
I've been trying to think of because I have a TikTok account, but I just use it to look
What
at
are you gonna do,
videos.
bro? You got to
So-
get yourself a shower cap.
Yeah,
You're gonna wear that. And you're gonna come in as your grandma.
Oh, yeah, okay. Like I was gonna go that route. I like the where I'm just reacting funny to video.
Oh, the
where I'm-
split in the middle.
Just a reaction video.
Well, no, not a reaction video, but like I'm pretending like I'm there, and then I'm like, ooh.
Okay, all right, that was good.
What is that? And then I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
And then they just splice. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm like holding a beer. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's really good. That's, okay, I would watch that.
And they just put it out.
Try
there.
one of these, and then like try one of these where you kind of turn and then you look and you go.
Yeah,
Give 'em a,
that seems pretty easy. Way easier than what the hell we're doing now. I gotta talk to Kenny about something. Fill 40 minutes.
I mean, when we do this, I have to have full-blown conversations. These nerds on TikTok are literally, they have millions of people following. The dude's got a shower cap on. He's,
I'm sure it's already been done because everything's already been done, but I want reaction to reaction videos.
yeah, there's already guys doing that.
yeah.
And there's always the new one that I was like, I'll do a non-reaction. I'll just put a picture of myself as the reaction where I'm just stone-faced the entire time, but the people are already doing that. Everything's already been done.
You should do it where it's non-reaction, but you're not even watching. Like the half the video is
Or the
just
back
you,
of my head.
Yeah, or like half the video is just you typing away on a computer while a video is playing.
And then
but
I
they're
go,
not
and then I
related.
get back to it. I'm like, wait, play it again. And that's the whole video. That's not bad. That's
Kenny,
not bad.
Can you talk to your drone friends and ask them to produce more videos of flying drones over homeless camps and
Yes, those are great.
getting them mad and then having them
have them throw I love it when a homeless man has to throw his prized possession, which happens to be a pillowcase, at a drone. It's so sad.
And people keep putting that one where it looks like Big Tim, and they're like, "Look at this, Big Tim." This is insulting to Big Tim right there. Like,
also, if I see one more meme of like a redneck throwing a beer bottle at a drone that people say is the Chinese balloon over Mississippi, I'm gonna blow my brains out.
Oh, they insert state here. It's like, oh, over Missouri, over Tennessee, over Florida.
A lot of over Floridas.
Do people get outraged about those drone videos with the homeless people? Like, they're like, leave them alone.
It's supposed to be nice to homeless people now, from what I'm being told.
Well, it's not really a mean thing.
It's annoying. You're trying to sleep off a hangover.
Leave them alone.
But it's also, if like they get it with the bottle, like imagine how excited they'll be.
Imagine how
it's a game.
I have a feeling that all of these bums would be pro the drones if they saw that one drone porno that was made, where the dildos on the drone. There's only one. There's only one.
They're burned hot.
There's others out there, but there's really only one. If you know, you know.
What was the name of that video we were gonna do, and then we never did?
The boner
The boner droner.
The boner droner.
The boner droner.
Yeah,
the bone droner.
The bone drone.
Bone drone.
The bone drone.
Yeah.
Flying the bone drone.
That never happened.
Yeah.
I'll find one of my 19-year-old nerds and I'll have them do it.
Oh, all right. That's what I want.
Oh my God.
Although
he's got a team of boys. I'll get my team of boys on it. All right.
Why does every segment end up with me in like pedophilia? Like
I don't know. We're asking ourselves when you leave.
I'm just following the script. With the NFL.
Because last time we talked about Chris Collinsworth, and having like teenagers.
It says pedophile Thursdays with Kenny.
It's Friday.
Oh no.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God.
All right, Kenny.
St. Mattress Day.
Happy St. Mattress Day.
2 moves. Sounds pretty gay. I don't know. Bye.
That was a great segment. That balloon thing was great, dude. Thank you for bringing that.
Yeah, no. Like, I love failed promotions like that.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Friday the 17th.
And I have the intro already, correct?
You should, yes.
Yeah.
3/17/23.
My God. What else are we doing now? That's it. All right. I have to go to field day with Maisie. It's at 12:15.
Solid.
So
there's a show on TLC called MILF Manor.
Yes.
Because I again talking to my coworkers about that.
There's also one called, I want to say it's like Get Your Groove Back or something. Same concept kind of. So older ladies dating younger guys.
Yeah.
But
bye guys.
Man, it's so bad.